Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hi, guys. Welcome in. Welcome to Feywild and Out. We're doing Feywild Fables during the interim of Pond being out on maternity leave. So we're so glad you guys are joining us today. Hello. We have been doing 6 in-canon one-shots. We're on our 3rd one, which is going to be just giving you guys a little bit of lore, a little backstory, things like that, about things that will happen in the campaign that is starting in now 4 weeks. So that's exciting. I know. Time's going so quickly. But hi, my name's Jen. I'm your Dungeon Master today. And we're joined by Jade Valkyrie.
Hey y'all, I'm Jade Valkyrie. I am a host, content creator, cosplayer, now a producer for Team Liquid. I'll link a video in Discord later. Yeah, today I'm going to be playing, shocking to most people, a barbarian. A Path of the Dragon homebrew barbarian, to be exact. Her name is Solana. Really excited to play her. Am I popcorning, Jen? Do I have that?
You do.
I have the right?
You have the right.
Okay, I'm gonna popcorn it to Sparrow.
Hello, I am your favorite burb on the internet. I am a Black Sparrow, and I act, I sing, I dance, I do impressions, I host, I stream later, not now, and I do Feywild and Out. And tonight, I'll be playing a sorcerer / cleric named Amisra Ravamaris. Sorry, I couldn't even say the name that I made up for them. And they are a lovely sorcerer who lost their parents to a dragon, and in a daring rescue of their parents, killed the dragon and then got their parents to a cleric too late. So that is their big thing that they have done. And I'm very excited to play along with people such as Suddenly a Hero.
That's me. Hello, everybody. I'm Suddenly a Hero. I stream a variety of games and spooky games on Twitch, and I'm also working on creating some content over on YouTube. But tonight, more importantly, I am playing Cirrus Dawntree, the high elf wizard. It's my very first wizard that I've ever played, and so it's kind of big for me. So we're playing a high elf wizard. He's a war wizard, trained at a school, formally educated to become a wizard, and was a promising young student and rose through the ranks quickly. And now is here to hunt down dragons and gather all of their lore and secrets that they may be hoarding. So I would like to popcorn it over to Nick.
Or George.
Or George. Or George. Just kidding. George.
There you go. Okay.
You're also muted.
See, this is why I went with Nick.
This is going so well.
Anyway, hi, I am George W. Ambush. I'm a variety streamer. I do a lot of stuff about Star Wars over on my channel. Played through Republic Commando the other day, all the way through in one sitting. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, I am very excited to be playing something that I fucking usually hate and complain about, but I'm playing a ranger tonight and trying the Drake Warden out, seeing how that shoe fits. I'll be playing Gorge the Scaled. And yeah.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, it should be. We'll see what happens.
George has a deep disdain for rangers, as
Yes.
we've heard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not a huge fan of rogues either. But
Wow, okay.
But I played one of those last week. Play one of these this week. Expanding my horizons.
Love it.
Trying new things.
Am I popcorning to Nick, or are you popcorning to Nick?
Someone has to. Up everything, so you please just.
I just don't know what's happening.
In my head, there was like an order. I don't know. It's just Nick.
Hi, I'm Nick. I stream on Twitch with Southwest Gaming Society. I'm the DM for the Crit Chicks. I also am now a professional dungeon master, so that's a thing now, which is awesome. And I am playing High Creek, a half-elf fighter, an arcane archer who once fought for some elves at one point, and now he just is pissed off at life. So he's gonna be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it.
Heck yeah.
Your photo for your character looks like straight up Chris Evans.
I see it. I can see that.
Does it not?
Are you gonna throw shields?
Yes.
I get it. I get it. Yep.
Yeah, you know what? He does a little bit. I didn't notice that, but yeah.
Well, we're so glad to have you today.
you.
Nick is one of a longtime friend of mine.
Mhm.
We met back in the old days, kind of, not really, but we've had a couple different projects together, and you're pretty wonderful. And we're glad to have you on today. So thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you. I love compliments, so please keep going.
You're also a great co-host
I'm
for
kidding.
the podcast that we
Nope.
have. You're
Yeah,
also
there we
a
go.
great
Yeah.
DM.
Oh.
I like your beard.
Keep them coming. Keep them coming.
Thank you.
Keep him coming, keep him going. But do we have any announcements or anything we want to talk
Yes,
about?
actually, we do. We want to give a lovely shout out to our good friend Arkline for subbing to the Patreon at such a high level.
Mhm.
We cannot understate the joy and gratitude that we feel for you doing such a selfless act for us and helping us better this thing that we've come together and do. So special lovely shout outs to Arkline for that. Cannot state again how much we appreciate it.
You're lovely, Arkline. Thank you for subbing.
Thank you.
Heck yeah.
That's all I can remember
Appreciate
that we, should absolutely do. And
All right.
please tune in to the end so that we can tell you how to find lovely people like Nick and
Yeah.
where they are and stuff. So if you decide to leave, come back at the end at least.
You're gonna miss out.
Come back at the end. Come back in 2 hours. All right. Are we ready to hop in? Are we ready to get
Yeah.
So ready.
hunting? Okay. Turn that down a little bit. Okay. So, as we are aware, so far, we are on a crescent-shaped island where there is multiple different layers of politics and a lot of like underground secret societies and cults, and some of them have grown in fame and importance in keeping our little crescent island safe. One of those is the Dragon Hunters Initiative, which started off as one man who had a dream to slay a dragon. It grew in popularity to the point where there's now a whole initiation process. There's levels, there's a hierarchy, there's different quests that people will come and spend money and get you to save them or get you to do certain tasks. But it always revolves around dragons, wormlings, all sorts of small or large creatures. And everyone who is in the Dragon Hunters Initiative is fearless, known to be just never losing, strong and capable. So they know that when they call the Dragon Hunters Initiative, they are calling the right people. The group that we have today are all from different factions. Every angle of this island has different orders of members, and each of you were called by headquarters, which is in the very center of our island. And this doesn't happen usually. When it does, it feels like a death sentence. But you know that they're trying to call in the best people, and you've been honored and graced by this opportunity. So you're mostly excited. The group of you took various amounts of days to travel to our town, where you find yourself in a literal waiting room of a small, kind of shanty-like building. It's very dusty. The floors they creak even when you just put your feet down on them. There's one single window in there, and it's providing a lot of light. But everything in there is very basic. On the walls, you can see that there's paintings of dragon slaying, and there's weapons plastered on the walls, like in X's of various sizes. And there's no like trophy heads or skins or anything like that, though. It's mostly like an office. And you guys all arrive around the same time. That was the planned, the agreed upon meeting time. So who would arrive first?
Mizra for sure. They are in fact, they're actually like a half an hour early, and they're just sitting there like in the corner
You can
waiting.
tell- Yeah.
What's the geography like on the way here?
It's varying. I would say that coming from kind of like a foresty area to passing lots of rivers, maybe a few larger hill areas that reaches to a large mountain as you trek upward and then back down to nothingness next to an ocean.
Well,
which is exactly where we are.
I am a ranger, and 2 of those are my favorite terrains, so I would say I probably arrived pretty early as well.
Okay.
I would arrive on time, you know, precisely when I was supposed to arrive.
Okay.
Alana's probably arriving like 5 minutes or so late, like just
Okay.
a little bit.
I'm right there with you. About 5. We're probably getting there at the same time.
Okay. So Amizra gets there first and is just sitting in this room, kind of looking around. There's no chests, there's just some chairs. You can see a hallway leading back to an office, which no one's in. And you think you got there before they got there. And as you are waiting, Gorge comes into the room as well. So you both describe what your characters look like. We'll start with Amizra.
Mizra stands about 5'7" She's, very, very striking features. She's got, if you got close to her face, you would see lots of like freckles that kind of just like spread out from her cheeks down her neck. She's got her hair dreaded, and it's mostly like back in a ponytail, except for like one that kind of just like falls down over her left eye. Average build. She's probably got she's probably already like set in her armor, and she's looking down at a piece of parchment and just using a little bit of charcoal to kind of just like sketch on it.
Okay. And Gorge, as you walk in.
You see a little over 4.5 foot tall, green lizard man walk in. He's got scratches and scrapes all over his body, which is mostly uncovered. But where it is covered, you see armor made from scaled beasts. You see the bones, the skull of a smaller dragon, wormling, or drake, something along those lines, that's been fashioned into different types of accoutrement and whatnot. Teeth as a necklace, as well as claws and teeth are kind of made into the armor as well. He's followed by a purple drake that just kind of like walks in. It's very the relationship is almost like a man and his dog, and it's just following very closely behind and appears to be very happy to be there.
Okay. When you get there, would Amizra or Gorge engage in any conversation or anything?
Gorge might be like ready for a fight if he's gonna get shit for being kind of related to dragons or like a lizard person with a lizard. Like he's definitely on edge, but
Mizra probably would be on edge as well, but for other reasons. So she probably would just kind of look up and take a good look at Gorge, not really showing any sort of like disdain, just like studying and then looking back down and going back to the sketch that she's there working on.
So in the office, Gorge, you walk in, you're kind of met with some eyes and then back down to a sketch pad. You realize that like no one is in the room besides this individual. And some chairs kind of lining the walls. There's one desk. Nothing really on it. It's very clean in here.
Okay. Gorge would just kind of go find a seat and pet the drake.
So as you're tending to your pet and Mizra's drawing, that would bring us to Cyrus, who would come in right on time.
Cyrus would arrive precisely on time. A medium-sized, 5.5 foot tall, slender elf with high pointed ears and platinum blonde hair, draped in a very fancy looking blue cloak, walks in with an air of grace to him. Just kind of looks about the room. Greetings. See.
You would see them sitting at the table or sitting at the chairs. That's all I was gonna say.
Greetings. So, is this supposed to be our team?
Yes.
It appears that way.
So few of us.
No, there's probably gonna be more.
They're late. Don't necessarily bode well.
So you kind of take a seat, and within just a minute or so, an individual comes rolling in with a kind of like wooden wheelchair. It looks handcrafted and very, very nicely made. Has very nice cushions underneath him. And this individual comes walking through. He looks to be human, in a very, very deep skin tone, and he has scratches. Just you can see them. He wears minimal clothing, and just you can see battle scars. He has basically his jaw almost completely ripped off with skin, and he doesn't look damaged. It's all healed over scarring, and you can tell that he's been in a lot of battles. He does not have a right leg, as it is tied off at the jeans that he's wearing, and he rolls in, and he looks to you all and says, "Ah, is this the team?"
Probably not all.
It appears.
Well, I hope not, because I hired 2 more. They should be here any minute. He kind of rolls past you guys, going back behind the desk, and you see the desk lower magically kind of to his height, and he pulls out some papers from the drawer, and he's, "I have some paperwork for you, and then we'll go over the information that I have. Are we all right with that?"
Certainly.
Mizra is already standing up to walk over to the desk to retrieve the paperwork.
Thank you. Here. And yes, my name is Tarlin. I run the office here because I'm retired. So when you're retired, you don't actually retire. You know how it goes. And as paperwork is kind of being handed out to the group, Solana would walk in at this point. What does Solana look like?
Well, Solana would probably barge in instead of walk in. But when you see her walking in, you'd probably be confused because you see this 6 plus foot individual with these like huge muscles, and you're like, huh, yes. But then what she's wearing gives more of noble-esque vibes, but the battle axe on her back says otherwise. So really perfectly braided hair, but also lots of battle scars and tattoos. It's just a combination of different aesthetics. And she'll be walking in. Oi, where's that old man Tarlin?
Right here, Solana.
Yes.
Thank you for returning the call. Looks like we're missing one more. Here's your papers. As you guys know, if you die, you die, and the statue in your honor is made. We just have to have paperwork saying that every single time. This is nothing new. And he kind of laughs, leans back in his own chair. Can you get what?
Can I get my nameplate in gold? Also, I think that I saw the other guy back there. Just saying.
Well, if they find your body, you'll get diamonds. How about that? And as he's kind of giggling and leaning back in his chair, High Creek walks in. What does High Creek look like?
He is a half elf. He is just a shade under 6 foot tall, but he always says he's 6 foot tall, even though he knows he's not. He's wearing patchwork, some leather armor that he's like repaired himself and picked up pieces here and there. He's got a longbow in his quiver on his back, a whip on his hip, and a rapier. And he has a mug of ale in his hand that is definitely not a to-go cup from a tavern down the street. He just walks in. He called me.
Yes, I did, actually. But I think... What were you saying? And he kind of points over to Cirrus. You hope what? That you're not gonna die?
Oh, well, we can only hope that we get diamonds whenever we die.
Diamonds. Mm.
Much good it'll do us then, but it's a nice thought.
Well, everyone's here. No matter how late you are, welcome in. Guys, pull up a chair. Pull up a chair. You're already here. I appreciate that. He kind of gestures to Abizra, who's like already filling out paperwork, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
You must be I forgot the roles of my own job. The field healer. Here you go. Yeah, you must be them.
Sure.
Sure.
Right? Field healer. Sure. And she's like still like she's like looking down at the paperwork, like reading it through and just like not really paying attention.
Yeah, and it's really like liability stance paperwork where you're a volunteer to do this. You get money based on who pays, and you agree to do this, and you've been agreeing to do this however many hunts you have been on. You know the drill. It's just like, yep, here you go. So who's the communication specialist of the day?
I mean, I can, but...
What do you mean? There's more than one?
I mean, at this point, it would be really bad if I didn't know how to speak amongst the dragons, so...
You'd be surprised how hard it is, love. Honestly, I can't speak Draconic. It's... even though I've been doing this for 40 years, I mean, I can't.
Nothing, not even a word, nothing at all, just...
I understand when they're angry, and he kind of like gestures to his scratches
that
and
is
all of his scarring.
Important.
At the
If
end
I
of
make
the
it back
day.
through this one, I can teach you a few things.
Huh. Well, I mean, I'm always down if you want to spend the time here in the office. Kind of gestures to the plain room.
So, what's the job?
Oh, well, I mean, I was trying to just take, we don't have a social commander. We don't have any rogue or a singer. That's interesting. That's fine. It'll be fine. All right. Just gonna mark that there is one and that he died. It'd be great. He like marks on the paper and then. So, there has been reportings of a large green dragon that's been floating over the healing. And if you don't know what the healing is, or if you're new, or whatever, if you haven't been north at all, you know,
If
the
you're
giant
green.
tree, if you're green. Always with the jokes. So funny. I love it. He laughs way too long and it gets uncomfortable and comes back. The healing, the tree that provides life to the nutrients of the soil, and you can bring your people there and they can live gently reposed forever. This dragon showed up through one of the mainlands out there and has been wreaking havoc, to say the least, in the area. So we haven't had a green dragon. Typically, we just do bronze. We do occasional golden one time. That was fun. We got a lot of money then. But yeah, we don't have any green. We don't really get that. So that's the job. We only have reports of one, so can't imagine it'd be too hard, but they said to grab the top individuals, bring you guys together, get you sent out there.
How old is this dragon?
Honestly, the reports have been different. And I honestly think that it might be kind of related to how far away it is in the sky. Because some people will say, it's so tiny, it's a baby. But then they're like, it was super far, it was close to the sun. But then they're like, it was giant, but it was on the floor. You know how it goes. No one really knows, unless they're us. So, I need you to bring back the information, if you live, of course. What it is, if you kill it. If you can't kill it, where did it go? That's what I need from you.
Oh, certainly.
Any concerns?
I mean, it's a dragon, so yeah, but I'll kill it. It's fine.
Of course you will. We always do. And that's why we're protectors of the land. And
Yep.
proud to have all of you here. I am honestly not worthy to be in front of you guys. You guys are a lot higher rank than I am. And I've tried my best. I don't have a leg, can't fight with you, otherwise I would. I'll just mark myself as the bard, actually. That's not here. That's fine.
Well, you get paid too.
I mean, I get paid to sit in the office and give out the quest.
Hmm.
It's not so bad. We get some fun people walking in trying to sign up. You know how it goes.
Well, I, for one, appreciate your efforts and all of the work that you've put in.
Well, thanks. I appreciate it. I really enjoyed it. It's been a long, long 40 years, and with 13 dragons slayed, like, I feel pretty accomplished. If I died tomorrow, I could say that I died happy. So, that's all we can really wish for.
Yes.
That is quite an accomplishment.
Thanks. They never let me up the chain, though, so at the desk I stay. He kind of pats the desk. Well, you guys have enough rations. It's a 12-day trip.
I mean, if you're offering food, I will gladly take it.
Well, I was just kind of saying that you might need more things, but
Oh, yes.
we do have stuff in the
I
office.
misread that.
I mean, I can give you some dried meats if you like that. I mean,
I am not one to turn down any food.
Certainly.
So,
sure. And he,
Recipe prepared.
yeah, he rolls back, kind of shifts his weight and turning the chair and rolls down the hallway for a moment. And as he turns his back, you can see that he is just incredibly muscular. His entire back has just been jacked out through push-ups, through rolling, who knows. But he comes back with several different small pouches of various dried meats, seasonings, and things like that. And you each get 2 additional rations.
nice.
Perfect.
That
So-
gives me exactly 12 days worth. Thank you.
Same.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Well, then I guess you got your trip there handled.
Yes.
If we're successful, I'm sure we'll have plenty of meat that we can cook on the way back.
Always the ones, always the ones. I've actually never had any dragon. I've always ended up just burning them completely. Giving them back to the land.
Green dragon is kind of dicey. If you don't cook it right away, then it'll be as poisonous as they are.
Green dragons are poisonous? He looks at you very seriously. I didn't know.
Yes.
That's so crazy. I've never fought one.
I mean, I
Mr. kind of slams the paperwork down a little bit too hard on the desk.
Oh, thanks. Perfect. I appreciate that. He
Yes,
kind of
yes.
puts the papers together and files them away in a little cabinet underneath his desk. Everyone else done?
Oh,
There's
yes.
paperwork. I hate paperwork.
Cirrus haphazardly scribbles his name on the papers, having done it
Perfect.
over and over, just routine.
Perfect. Thank you.
Creek signs it, throws the papers.
No need to throw it. I'm gonna pass it all, pack it all back together. It'll be just fine.
Gorge hands the paper to you. It looks like anywhere that needed like any type of writing, you see like a little bit of ink at the end of one of his nails, and anywhere that I'd ask for a signature, it's just kind of a lizard hand print.
So, what got you into this? As you hand the papers, he like holds the other end, but like doesn't quite like pull it back yet, and he's looking at you, Gorge, in the eye. What got you into this?
Kind of tilts his head. The love to hunt.
Your own kind, huh?
He gives a smile.
I don't ask questions. Takes the paper. Your little one is cute. It's gonna grow up to be evil. They all are.
So Drake.
I lean over to Sirius and I say, I've never been afraid of a kobold before, but I suddenly am now.
I think that is a very valid concern.
Yeah.
He just continues to pet his rake as he walks by.
Well, here's your map. Who would like it? There you go. He hands it to Solana. And then back and forth.
this is a
This means no.
No?
This means no.
No.
I'll take it. I'll take
Here
it.
Sure, here you go. You can see it just takes you through the forest, and in between the gorge, and right on the other end there's a cave.
Gorge looks over.
Not you.
Not the proper gorge. Sorry.
But what if Gorge gorges on the rations in the gorge? Gorge gorges.
What if
in
gorge gorges on a gourd in the gorge? Yeah.
I like the way you think.
Yeah.
This is all too much for me. And that's all I got. You guys get 100 gold pieces each on rival back. And of course, if one of you dies, as usual, the remaining gold pieces that were gonna go to them, you guys get to choose if it's split between you guys or if it goes to their family. Most people pick themselves. So,
I'd like to say if I die, send it to my family.
Alright.
It's the least I can do.
I'll write it down. And he pulls your paper back out and makes a small little note.
Creek chugs the rest of his ale and puts the empty mug on the desk. Tavern down the road. It's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind bringing it back to him. I go over there pretty frequently. I might head there after anyway, so no worries. Cool. So, you can head out now, you can head out later, but either way, you gotta get out of my office. I've got another meeting here in about 10, so gotta get ready.
We shall be on our way then.
Thank you for your service, and may the Hunter's Initiative be on your side.
Thank
Later,
you.
old man.
Same to you.
Bye.
So you guys are kind of like verbally shuffled out of the room, and he remains at his desk. Out in the town, it's just kind of dusty in the area. There's not a lot of foot traffic. There's actually not a lot of people in the area. There's just a couple buildings. They all have clearly marked like a shirt in a piece of wood that was painted red, and then there's like a cup or a mug that was painted blue, and it's all just like wooden cutouts on different buildings. It's very simple, not dirty, just kind of old or heavily used looking. But there's a tavern, there's clothing, there's a meat stand, there's a small little market where someone is spinning some thread and seems to be making some clothing or some maybe a carpet of some sort. And then on your map, it's the opposite direction.
Who took the map?
I've got it.
We'll lead the way then.
All right. And they do so.
All right. For 12 days, would there be anything that the group would want to stop for besides sleeping? Thinking of the terrains that you pass through, there's woods initially. Nothing really happens except maybe you're woken up in the night from some howling in the distance and it gets a little too close, so you guys move your camp.
So, either in the woods or in the mountains, Gorge would probably take the lead. Like, not even like he wouldn't ask or anything. He would just start leading people as soon as they got in, and he would find them the fastest route.
Okay.
All right.
So roll survival, I think with advantage because it's your favorite terrain, or is that
Is it
You get
advantage
to add
or
like
is it
half your
double
proficiency.
double
like that, yeah.
proficiency or something? Yeah.
Proficiency is doubled for proficient skills.
Cool.
Cool.
Rangers.
Wow, they're pretty cool, huh?
Rangers.
I don't know about that.
Pretty cool, George, huh?
10.
So, you successfully navigate the group in the direction, following the map, and with ease, actually. Through the forest, you guys managed to pass by a troll silently, easily, that was kind of lingering in the distance, and he was watching you guys, and Gorg successfully moved you guys through the forest stealthily and easily, and you managed to miss completely their encampment area. A couple days pass as you've walked through this forest and spend a few nights on the floor, a few nights on the rocks, a few nights in the trees, and you come through to a large valley where a stream seems to be forming. The water is coming towards you, so you're going uphill. And in the valley, there's basically nothing. In fact, there's lots and lots of crushed up bones, kind of like rotting creatures that look like they've rolled down the hill. There's multiple different rusted weapons, as if there was like old areas of battle, old fights and things that have and at the stream, you guys are able to rest, refill on some water, and you realize that, I mean, at this point, you're getting pretty low on food. You have 6 days of rations left. So settling in for the night, around the stream, the conversation falls on the last dragon hunt that you went on. Take us on your adventure. Let's start with High Creek.
It'd probably start with him just like awkwardly looking at Gorge and being like, hey Gorge.
What?
just to be clear, I've killed like a lot of your people. So we're cool, right? Like there's no like you seem like you're pretty set on killing dragons too.
I like to hunt.
As my last hunt, there was a little band of kobolds that were worshiping the dragon. It was a copper dragon, and to get to him, we had to get through a bunch of ewes. So I just want to make sure that we're good.
Are we hunting the same thing?
We are.
We're good.
Mm-hmm.
God, you are terrifying, man. Like,
I don't know, I kind of like it.
He's he's sitting there and he is like scratching underneath the chin of his drake.
what's its name?
Do you speak Draconic?
Yeah, a little bit.
He just kind of nods his head.
Okay, got it. All right.
Solana will burst out, "Oh, I do," and loud draconic.
Oh yes, I do as well.
And Ezra just nods.
Does everyone speak Draconic?
This is quite a
That
rarity.
is so funny.
In orc.
Maybe
Dwarvish.
In Dwarvish.
In Infernal.
Aha, yes, that one too.
Nice.
So as you guys are just kind of chatting, in the side of your eye, you hear like a little fishtail kind of go up in the water and then splash back down. And that would bring us to Cirrus. Tell us about your last dragon
Cirrus.
hunt.
I also wanted to talk about, I mean, over the past couple of days, I've been, I had rented a book out on the subject, borrowed book on the subject of your current study. It's kind of my background feature. So I want to I rented a book from the library, the archives related to dragons. If I would have known green dragons, then, maybe, but if not, then just dragons in general.
Okay.
Habits and such. And I forgot to mention, but I do have a little owl that is with me on my shoulder.
He kind of just arrives as you're sitting over on the little campfire, and he just kind of plops onto your shoulder.
Welcome back, Artemis. So I have it's a little barred owl. So the last hunt that I was on, we were up north. There'd been reports of a dragon attacking a small town. He's a white dragon. Wasn't terribly large, but adolescent maybe. And the problem was that we had to lure it out of its lair, because as you know, it's not the ideal place to fight a dragon. We used the town's livestock as a gambling chip, and it paid off, but they lost quite a bit of their stock, fortunately. But no dragon anymore, so can't be all that bad. And what about you, Mizra?
She seems very disinterested by the conversation. Well, on a dare, stole a gold dragon egg, made sure the dragon couldn't reproduce. Egg wasn't bad. Probably could have used some salt.
Ate it. You ate the dragon's egg.
I mean,
What meals did you make out of that?
You could sell
it
it
wasn't
to
alone or anything.
I mean, It's a highly valued
Sure, but
research
that's not
object.
worth much if you're dead. So, you know,
Certainly.
we ate it. Dragon was pissed. Masha killed it. Eventually.
Did you feel
That's
any?
it.
Did you feel any different after you ate the egg? Any?
Like I said, it probably could have used some salt.
There've been stories about dragon properties of dragon eggs and meat. Just curious.
Hmm.
Well, I could tell you all about dragon blood if you want, but most people don't really find it amusing or cool, I guess. But hey, it helps me fight, so for power.
What do you do with dragon blood?
Yeah, this is like a weird Valmara Day special, as I like to call it. Basically, for the more let's say this politely, for the strongest people of my family, we are able to digest dragon's blood and turn it into whatever we want. Usually it manifests itself in a form of breath weapon, kind of like but it really makes my throat sore most of the time. I did have a cousin though. The cousin, they were really good with like psychic powers, so that was kind of more of like a mind fire, if that makes any sense. But yeah, for me, no psychic powers, so it just kind of straight out.
Sirius
I actually
is
have a collection.
scribbling notes.
And she just pulls out like different, like crudely labeled. Why do all my characters label things? Crudely labeled like little vials. It's almost like Witcher-esque, where it's just like says copper, gold. She's got like 4 different ones at the moment.
Do they have different properties, or?
Yes. So, and then she'll dangle one. This little bad boy. This is the freshest one from a gold dragon. This one actually we didn't have to fight at all. Actually, it was shocking, really. But I was just like, hey, could I just have like a little blood, and like I can add to your hoard if you want. Yeah. So this is from that one. If I drink this one, it's fire, which is kind of like, I guess, the easiest one to go through. Leaves like heartburn afterwards, which is kind of weird. And another one, she'll just name literally all the types, but she does have gold, white, I believe, brass, and green, actually. And all those have their respective same breath weapon that the dragon would have.
Sirius is just writing notes the entire time you're talking.
Yeah.
So.
And
only you can
go on.
Only you can drink these?
It's just a genetic thing. I'm sure if someone were to like live amongst us and be trained at a young age, I believe so. Otherwise you're just drinking dragon's blood, and be kind of weird. Would it just be blood? Yeah, just drinking old blood. Sometimes it coagulates and then it's like chunky blood. Not the best. But yeah, I don't recommend it unless you are a secret cousin. But she just kind of like compares her height to Hagrid's height. It's like,
I doubt we're related.
Yeah, no.
I'm just
highly
curious because I mean I drink one for like a silver piece. I'm just,
Well, this is way more than a silver piece, but if I find another one, a duplicate, it'd be pretty funny to see your reaction.
I'm curious. Yeah.
Maybe we'll get our chance.
Yeah. I mean, the best way is to harvest from a dead one, because then you can get multiple vials. But yeah, they have to be pretty fresh. Longest is probably like a month or so. Then it gets weird. It's sticky.
Do some kind of maybe anticoagulant to keep it Or being
I think
chunky.
they're working on. I think they're working on that, but that's more of like the psychic cousins thing. I don't do the science. I do the kind of thing.
Furiously
Those brew it into
furiously
like a
writing
mead
notes.
or an ale too, you know.
Yeah, I heard that there was there was one mead that it sounded so good. I was just like, yes. I can't remember the name. But it was like something blood. Paladin's blood, I think. And then I was like, wait, what if I consumed a vial of Paladin's blood? Would I get the advantages that Paladins do with their gods? But it turns out it's just a name of the ale. It's not actual blood ale. So that was weird.
Theoretically, alcohol could preserve it. I
Good. No, go. I talk a lot. It's fine.
Gorge is just like staring into the fire, and Gorge also cuts you off. We were deep underground, and we started fighting off waves of thralls. After we had killed our third score of kobolds, he kind of like looks over to High Creek. We knew it could only be a purple dragon. He kind of like pats his Drake, who's still purple, on the head. I can still sometimes hear his voice in my head. He just continues to stare in the fire. The story doesn't appear to resolve.
Is there more?
did you kill the dragon?
Yeah, we killed the dragon.
Are you okay?
Well, yeah, I'm here. And he kind of like lifts up his arm. You see a skull of some kind of a smaller lizard folk. And I can remember my family. It's about the same size as his skull.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna take my watches with you from now on at night. Just saying. Yeah, I think we could have a good time on watch. You know, I'd rather be awake when you're awake, kind of thing. You know, just it'd be cool.
You sound a little scared. Are you?
Hey.
He is scared.
Are you not? Are you not? Really? Are you not?
No.
There's
Okay.
enough to be afraid of.
The only thing I'm scared of is my mother. And do you see my mom? No. So
I look around.
I don't know. Does Gorge have her skull on his belt too, or I mean,
I think it would take 4 parties of us to defeat my mom. So.
oh, okay.
Kind of scary. You do not want to be caught late at night during your teenage years and then have poison shoot out. Not just like, you know, choice words and a stern warning not to do it again, but poison thrown at you. Very bad. But also kind of funny.
Yeah,
I think
Can
about it.
vouch for that.
Mothers, you know.
No,
She's alive.
I thought my childhood was jacked up, but I feel better about myself all of a sudden. This is. You two keep talking, please.
It'll make us all feel better.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think my childhood was pretty cool, but I am told that other families coddle their children. Used to me, but hey, it's whatever. But yes, I think that I mean, I could tell you all about my family, but that'd be rather self-centered of me. So we can change the subject now to anything besides my family.
You guys in the distance kind of hear a few more fish. Just little fish tails in the water behind you. But the
try to
night
shoot
in
one.
general is pretty crisp.
Can I try to shoot? Can I try to shoot a fish with my bow?
Yeah, absolutely. Just
Yeah.
for your sitting position, or do you
Yep,
stand and
I'm just,
move?
I'm just
Yeah.
gonna draw an arrow, turn, and loose an arrow. See if I get one.
Yeah, let's do it with disadvantage. Since you're not actively trying.
16.
Almost with finesse. You hear a fishtail like flap up, and at that second, it gets pierced through, and the fish comes out of the water with the arrow and hits the floor on the other side of the creek, which is super small.
Yeah, I run through the creek, all excited. I grab it.
You
New
know,
dinner.
You probably have a point. We should probably hunt some of our food along the way. 12 days specifically, as we may not have enough.
All right. Who's
trip.
good at finding things? You point at the thing, I will kill it. But I don't really like searching. It's not my thing. So.
Gorge raises an arm.
All right. We can see if we can find something. If you want. To
I got a
eat.
fish.
Be a small meal between the lot of us, I would imagine.
I mean, it's something. Better than nothing.
True.
I'll need like 5 of those for myself. So.
I'm gonna send off Artemis, and you'll fly away off of my shoulder.
Okay, so let's roll some survivals for anybody who is hunting, looking for more animals, fishing, whatever.
Can I send Artemis to do the hunting?
Yes.
What is the terrain like?
It is flatlands, grassy. In the distance, up on top of the mountain that you're kind of in between, you can see that there's some trees and forest up there. Be about 100 feet away, I would say.
100 feet?
Yeah. Like you'd have to travel a little bit to get up the mountain.
Okay, probably gonna go there.
Okay.
And,
I will follow
Okay.
Gorge, and I'll tell Gorge, just get me within 600 feet of something, and I can kill it.
Gorge also takes his longbow off of his back. This might be the first time that he's actually like brandished it. And it appears to be like made out of dragon's parts. Like there's like a nail at either end, or a claw. And it appears to be like scaled itself. Like it almost looks like it is like it was made to be this shape. And he just kind of like looks you up and down. But that is 26.
14 for me.
18 from me, who is supervising.
sorry. I lied, 28.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
Meow.
And while everyone is hunting, what is Amisra doing?
She's just kind of studying the map, looking it over,
Okay.
seeing if she can kind of commit it to memory a little bit as to where like the dragon was in terms of where they are now.
Okay. So with relative ease, everyone comes back with multiple like small chickens from the forest with their like holding them by their feet. If you were fishing, you got at least 2. If you were looking for any sort of critter, you found a rabbit. And you guys are all like, you have too much food at this point. And Amisra, as you're looking through the map and studying, you kind of pinpoint like the exact location of where you are on the map, and you can confirm that like you're going the right way and things are feeling good. Nothing really happens throughout the night or anything, though. While people are hunting, Ezra, you're kind of left by the fire, looking at the map. A couple shifting twigs and things with little squirrels running by, but nothing too dramatic. And the group is able to reconvene with just like, haha! So many things in their hands. Everyone just has a spread of different types of meats, and you're able to cook them all and add like 10 rations for everybody.
Awesome.
Yay.
That's awesome.
Let's go 14s to 28s. Unstoppable.
Thanks.
Do you guys do anything before you camp for that night?
I'm just gonna be reading through my book, kind of absorbed into that by the fire.
Okay. Yeah, so even and through the last few days of you studying this book, you found a very long and drawn-out chapter on dragon tactics, dragon personalities. And there's a small segment that you find tonight about green dragons specifically, and how they're very manipulative and very corrupted. They enjoy torturing their victims. They enjoy kind of like giving their victims a chance to work for them, but then knowing that they're lying and that's not going to actually happen in their lunch anyway. So it kind of instills a little bit of like a nervousness in you that, like, well, if we lose, then like we really lost. But
Yeah.
just noting that they're very cunning and evil.
Kind of. I'll speak out to the group a little bit, like as I read like certain passages and stuff. I'll just kind of say it out loud into the air. Anybody?
Yes. Indeed.
Yes, of course.
At some point tonight, Gorge is probably just gonna go into his tent with his Drake, and then the next time he comes out, his Drake is green.
It's a fancy creature.
Sirius, I'm
This is
sensing you are particularly concerned about this dragon. Yeah?
More so than I have in recent history, anyways. Seems like this will be a formidable job.
You're right. It will.
Just want to be prepared, you know.
Prepared. Funny.
That's it.
Not in a ha you told a joke sort of way, but in a how do you prepare for such a creature sort of way.
Say the same as anything else. I mean, the world is chaos, but it's bound by certain laws and rules and tendencies. And we know some of how green dragons act, and perhaps we could use that.
unless they're an
Some.
oddball.
It's true.
Sometimes that happens, and they're like the opposite of what you think they are.
It's a fair point.
That was going to be my point exactly.
You can... I think it's best to prepare for as much as you can, except that there will be changes. The world is chaos, but you know, it doesn't hurt to do everything that you can. Because it may make the difference in the end.
Amizra kind of stands up, moves towards their tent, and then like has a look back over the shoulder at Sirius. It's like, everyone has a plan until a dragon enslaves your family and you almost die trying to save them. And she just goes right in without saying anything else.
As you say that, everyone make a perception check.
Okay.
Time of day is it?
It is evening. The light's getting low.
And real low.
Sun's getting real low, big guy.
Sun's getting real low.
I got a 22.
Okay.
13.
Okay.
11.
Oh.
Okay.
7.
Okay.
21, natural 20 plus 1.
Ooh, heck yeah.
Okay. So over 15s. As you guys are engaging in conversation over the campfire, you see like a dark winged creature in the long distance in the sky just pass over the moon, going to the direction that you're headed. Can surmise that this is probably a dragon. Has a very long tail that stretches behind it as it flies gracefully. It's actually kind of pretty.
Iris is going to try to calculate based on approximately how far it may be away to like sketching in his notebook.
Equations are coming up the screen.
Yeah.
Amizra looks up at this site and then spits in the ground, and then they go into their tent.
Okay.
I get the feeling that they don't like dragons.
Well,
I mean,
that's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, some dragons are cool.
I
The vast majority aren't, but
Never had the pleasure, though I have heard of such.
yes, it's rare, but it does happen. Most of the time they still have, the ego and the I'm a large-scaled creature that could kill you at any minute. But some of them are not completely homicidal. Yeah, I think it's
Gorge looks over at you.
Yeah. Did you perk up when they said homicide?
I think they did.
No.
don't know what that word means.
It is when you kill, but I think it's just kill. Is that
It's
that's
just
how
kill.
it works?
It's just kill.
Yeah, it's just a fancy word for kill. Ooh, I'm fancy.
Technically, it's when you kill something that's the same as you, but we'll skip past all that. Yeah.
Technically, it's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
deliberate and unlawful killing of one person or by another, i.e. murder.
Mr. Dictionary Man. I love that.
Did you just say IE in a verbal sentence? Oh, God.
I don't know what that means either.
I mean, so we need some spells to be cast. I mean, someone's got to do it. So, Mr. Dictionary here can probably bop somebody and just make like weird hand gestures and and then I'll do this and then I'll do this.
I do a little bit more than just know words. That is true.
I mean, I sure hope so. Otherwise, we're all getting statues. And I have a feeling that most of you are not wanting that, so...
I could do without it.
Gorge changes the color of the fire and then looks over to Cirrus.
That is a neat trick. I changed the fire back.
He changes it to green.
Oh,
Okay, pissing match.
You're trying to gaslight me? Or firelight me?
I make it suddenly smell like Sirius farted.
Oh my goodness.
Everybody just using their
Miz was
cantrips.
very glad that she's in her tent right now.
With my
You guys
one
get
cantrip
cantrips?
that I know. I have one cantrip, and it's prestidigitation.
Same.
It now smells bad outside. Exclamation point fart fire. You're right. So as the night kind of progresses, you guys kind of retreat to your tents and get cozy for the night, and the fire dwindles out slowly, but you don't get cold or anything throughout the night. You wake in the morning with no disruptions and plenty of food, plenty of rations from the last night. And you choose to progress through the rest of this valley gorge type area and gorge.
Wait a minute.
Moving back kind of up through the area back into some forest, and at this point the forest kind of becomes almost endless. There's no clear path, and I need the map holder, Hamizra, to make a survival check as you're trying to navigate the map.
It's a 16.
All right. So you're looking around and you kind of recognize that, the crude drawings on your map vaguely resemble this area. You've already done the math to see how many thumb points is a mile, and you feel like you've been going the right direction, and you're not nervous that you're lost or anything. And within a few minutes of really stopping and looking at the map, you guys hear a big whoosh, and you see above you in the tree lights of sprinkling down, you see that shadow again leaving, going out, and you can surmise that you're going the right direction towards this cave, but it might not be there when you get there.
Well, this does pose an interesting scenario.
I mean, if we get there before it comes back, we can just lay a trap for it, hide.
I think that would be...
It's not really going to do much for us. It's a dragon, but we can try.
Gonna be a lot of rope.
We
think.
could do something. Did it say what kind of layers that this is a cave, right? It's just a...
Yeah, you were told by Tarlin that the dragon is in a cave just outside the forest. 12 days of travel away.
I mean, if we are going to fight the dragon, I would prefer it in the cave, not outside, because then it's really hard when they can fly infinitely.
I could do something to change that.
I can hit it in the air, but
I can bring it down to the ground, force it to
Gorge.
fight with us here.
Gorge looks agreeable with the I can hit it from very far away.
Yeah, so about that, yes, we want it on the ground. Because unless someone has a spell that can make me fly, that'd be pretty cool. Yes?
Actually, no, don't.
Yeah, no, they gotta go with the cave then.
But I can bring it down as long as I can get within 300 feet of it. I can bring it down to the ground. We're about... Okay, 1 minute.
1 minute's enough.
Should be.
That is if
Is this,
it works.
is this a walking and talking conversation?
Yeah,
or is
walking,
Okay.
walking and
Okay,
talking.
Yeah. Could work.
Gorge will be on the lookout for any signs of dragon and tracking it, because ranger.
We should. I would rely primarily on the cave, but if we do need to bring it down, I can certainly try. It's dependent on their strength, so it's not always reliable.
Dragons. Yeah.
Pretty strong. Oh, pretty strong. Yeah, but I got like 4 javelins, so I would be pretty not helpful after those 4 javelins. So if we can fight it on the ground, that would be agreeable.
Use a bow.
I mean, I could probably stand in front of things. I mean, yeah, but doesn't mean I want to. Kind of had this thing, and she'll tap on her battle axe and be like, I've had this thing for a while, and she's slain me through a lot, so yeah, I prefer this more than that.
Would you like to take my bow in the event that you can't?
I mean, are you expecting it back?
Ideally, yes.
I'm not really the greatest with being careful with things, so
I'd prefer to lose the bow over our lives, so if that's the difference, by all means, do with it what you will.
All right. I guess if the gold, if we all live, I can get you another bow.
Sure.
If it snaps, gosh, I wish I had some paperwork right now to get out of the liability of this bow. Oof.
If we survive, we'll get 100 gold each, so it won't be an issue.
Fair. What type of bow do I get? Do I get a short bow? Or
Longbow, if you can use it.
I don't know.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. I mean.
So, as you guys are traveling, you find yourself in front of an extremely large boulder. There's an indention for what looks like a wall, an entrance would be, and I need everyone to make a perception check, because on the map that Mizra has, it says it is right here.
11.
16.
Does it have to do with tracking the dragon?
Yeah,
What's the check again? I'm sorry, I missed
just perception.
that. Oh, okay.
I
that
also got a
is
16.
17.
Okay.
19.
Nice.
Everyone is able to look at the rocks and see clearly, basically imprinted in the rock. It looks like it has been chiseled out or maybe scratched with a large nail. It says the letters, one word, Oneword, in Draconic, which all of you can read, so...
Amazing. One word.
So, is it its name? Is it a sign? A signal? A clan?
Say it out loud in Draconic.
You say one word out loud in Draconic, and it remains a chiseled piece onto
I say friend in Elvish.
As you say friend, you see that it remains a chiseled one word.
Word. Word. The first one's in common, the second one's in Draconic, and the third one's in Infernal. Word.
Word.
If you are proficient in Arcana, you can do an Arcana check. But if you're not proficient, then you can't do the check.
Know something about stuff.
21.
Okay.
Okay. 24.
Okay. So both of you, after kind of looking at it for some time, you realize that they're slightly waving, just ever so slightly. It doesn't look like they're actually chiseled into the.
It's like an illusion.
Almost.
Do you
But
see
haven't
that?
tried to touch it or anything.
Yes. Perhaps it's some sort of illusion. Would somebody mind touching this? Right.
Why don't you do it?
Yeah.
I can do it.
Thank you. That would be.
As you reach up to like try, you're like, someone else do it because I'm too short. And then Solana, as you reach up, the letters of RD, they kind of like shift away, and they move. And now you have ONE, WO, and then RD have kind of like moved.
Is this a riddle?
Yes.
I'll reach up to touch it as well.
So you touch from the other angle, and the O and the N kind of shift out of the way.
Hey, Gorge, come here.
Gorge kind of saunters over.
I'm gonna pick you up. Hang on. I grab Gorge by armor, whatever, and lift them up to where they can reach it.
Gorge does not look happy about this situation one bit. He is a very disappointed small
Creek looks
lizard.
very unapologetic about the whole thing too. Just
So, as you get kind of lifted up to it, you can see that they're moving around like your body. Like all the letters have shifted. They are now scrambled. And all the letters are in a different order.
Perhaps we have to spell out one with these letters.
Gorge just puts it back into the same order of one word.
So, what about wonder? That not.
you're missing the E.
This is an 18 intelligence character
No, no.
versus negative
One
one.
word.
Yeah.
Wonder. It would be a 7-letter word.
WONDER.
Six.
You're missing an O.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Oh yeah, Wondero.
Wounder.
wonder.
Gorge is getting more and more grumpy.
Yeah,
None.
I'm sorry, I can't do this.
Drone.
So as you guys are pushing the letters around, oh geez, now we're playing Wordle. One of the letters like glows orange.
Oh.
Oh, I gotta go grab a pen and paper, Jet.
We're gonna go ahead and take our first break while they try to unscramble some letters.
Let's do it.
And I have to pee anyway, so we'll be right back,
Nice.
everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Keep on hanging out with us. They haven't encountered the dragon yet. They're trying to get into
Pretty
its
soon.
keep. Something. We'll see what
Yeah.
happens. See you in a minute.
Bye.
They're the kitchen.
Yeah, but he did also say that there's like an hour wait before they go to bed, right?
A while.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he said
So
the people from the kitchen are gonna be back in about a minute and a half now. He said 2.5 minutes, but it's been some time since you
Right. So
Gonna leave.
If we knock
Yeah,
out the
same.
people coming back, then we have more time.
either way, we have to wait an hour. So,
Oh, unless we also knock out the guards.
well, I have a plan for the guards.
Okay.
But all right, fine.
Picks it back up.
And she makes eye contact with Nisa and says, "On your mark."
Ready, set, go!
Constitution saving
Oh my
throws,
God.
please.
Hey.
Set. Me? Yeah, you. Well, I mean,
You attacked us and you have more tears on your face than the person who died.
did you watch him kill everyone?
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't. But I've seen it before with animals. I killed a man.
I watched you kill like 7 of us.
He's just like, he's significant.
A level 2.
Okay.
By the way, I didn't mention that. Okay, so to hit, it is a 9.
A 9 will miss,
Rip.
unfortunately.
Swing and a miss.
A swing and a miss. And that will bring us to Danis. Unfortunately, Danis, they did not get super within range of you. And I feel bad about that, but here we are.
Just a melee in airship combat.
Just melee.
It's full. And I made you guys come here and I don't want to make you wait until the next day.
You know what? I'm curious about where this goes. And she is going to hold onto her. No, at this point she doesn't even wear gloves because y'all know the thing. So she's just gonna touch her hand and it's gonna glow. And you're now blessed for whatever you want to do.
Well, now I feel nervous.
You hear a voice, very gentle in your head. You feel a soft, cool tingle sort of run down your spine. It says, "Child of Timora."
Who is this?
Who is this? Which god is this?
Well, I know who Timora is, but
No,
like,
I know, but this is not Timora.
how did you get this number?
It's a new phone. Who knows?
Perhaps rich things don't sit well with me then.
Is it rich things, or could it be?
Are you like Rowan?
About that time, you hear a loud crash from the room that Danis is in.
Nothing.
Nothing. And Rowan's gonna walk towards whatever that noise was.
Yeah.
Danis is quickly like picking things up and putting them into his arms, and he kind of like wheels around and looks at you.
Holding muffins, also looking at you.
It's very
I don't know about you, but I'm excited too to have Patreons on Feywild and Out's Patreon channel or page or something.
You say you have like probably one of the best shops around. It's everything's so unique. It's different. But in a good way.
And across his face. And as he's looking into your eyes, you can hear the sort of gasping, like, as his life starts to be drained from his body. And as the sort of purple and green lines come across his eyes and he takes his last breath, you pull your hand away and you see
I like
Fall down.
contort to like be aerodynamic.
So basically, you just kind of do a squat, and your legs
Robo
are
squat.
perfectly like horse stanced
Yes.
as you're just sliding down this water slide, and down below you see Kills just arrive on foot just through the water slide, just in a squat, perfect land, and then stands.
I have arrived.
just splat. Just complete and utter.
I understand. Say
Yeah.
no more. I can't do sports because of a bleeding disorder. Well, I couldn't do contact sports, so they were like, "You could ride horses." I was like, "Horses smell like shit." You could
Ride
play
horses?
water polo. I can't swim that well.
Ringworm.
You could play golf.
I'm sorry.
Golf?
That was a
I'm
part
a
of my school.
teenager. I don't own a boat. I can't complain that much about the weather. They won't even let me rent a fucking golf cart.
Yeah.
So I got golf lessons, and
so anyways, I played golf.
So I busted my mouth open with a fucking club bending down to get a ball one time, and and I stopped doing golf.
And across his face. And as he's looking into your eyes, you can hear the sort of gasping, like, as his life starts to be drained from his body. And as the sort of purple and green lines come across his eyes and he takes his last breath, you pull your hand away and you hear a voice. Very gentle in your head. You feel a soft, cool tingle sort of run down your spine. It says, "Child of Timora."
Who is this?
Who is this? Which god is this?
Well, I know who Timora is, but
No,
like,
I know, but this is not Timora.
how did you get this number?
New phone. Who knows?
Through the kitchen.
Yeah, but he did also say that there's like an hour wait before they go to bed, right?
A while.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he said
So
the people from the kitchen are gonna be back in about a minute and a half now. He said 2.5 minutes, but it's been some time since you guys.
Right. So
Gonna leave.
If we knock out the
same.
people coming back, then we have more time.
either way, we have to wait an hour. So,
Oh. Unless we also knock out the guards.
well, I have a plan for the guards.
Okay.
But
It's falling. I made you guys come here, and I don't want to make you wait until the next day.
You know what? I'm curious about where this goes. And she is going to hold on to her. Now, at this point, she doesn't even wear gloves because y'all know the thing. So she's just going to touch her hand and it's going to glow. And you're now blessed for whatever you want to do.
Well, now I
If
feel
I were-
nervous.
Just splat. Just complete and utter.
I understand. Say
Yeah.
no more, Faye.
It's very.
I don't know about you, but I'm excited too to have Patreons on Feywild and Out's Patreon channel or page or something.
I can't do sports because of a bleeding disorder. Well, I couldn't do contact sports, so they were like, "You could ride horses." I was like, "Horses smell like shit." You could
Ride
play
horses?
water polo. I can't swim that well.
Ringworm.
You could play golf.
I'm sorry.
Golf?
That was a
I'm
sport
a
in high school.
teenager. I don't own a boat. I can't complain that much about the weather. They won't even let me rent a fucking golf cart.
Yeah.
So I got
Yeah.
golf lessons, and
so anyways, I played golf.
So I busted my mouth open with a fucking club bending down to get a ball one time, and and I stopped doing golf.
Oob.
I like
Fall down.
contort to like be aerodynamic.
So basically, you just kind of do a squat, and your legs
Robo
are
squat.
perfectly like horse stance
Yes.
as you're just sliding down this water slide, and down below you see Kills just arrive on foot just through the water slide, just in a squat, perfect land, and then stands.
I have arrived.
A level 2.
Okay.
By the way, I didn't mention that. Okay, so to hit, it is a 9.
A 9 will miss,
Rip.
unfortunately.
Swing and a miss.
A swing
Hello,
and a
everybody,
miss.
and welcome back.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for
Hello,
hanging out
welcome.
with us for the first half. Hello.
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 Hi.
Hello. Welcome.
Hello.
Hopefully, you guys are thinking about what the word might be. Because maybe we can phone the audience.
Before
Yeah.
before we get to that,
Yes.
thank you again, Arkline, for the $50 on Patreon. We appreciate
Hell
that.
yeah.
That is huge. What is the name
This
of
is
that tier?
amazing.
Feywild Adventurer.
Hell
I
yeah.
love
Let's
it.
go, Feywild Adventurer. We love that.
We are also Feywild adventurers.
True.
Oh yeah, I came up with that. I forgot.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you
I was
can be
like, I
an
don't know when you
enthusiast,
love it.
a traveler. Hold on. There's other ones.
And others.
There's only one that I remember. That's the last one,
Yeah.
understandably.
Yes, it is. Okay, so we got for your Patreon offerings, we have a Feywild enthusiast, a Feywild traveler, a Feywild explorer, a Feywild adventurer, and then a secret cabal member.
Yes.
We love it. Thank you guys so much for supporting us too.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
our goal of $1,000, we've already hit 610. You guys are wonderful, and we love you. And thank you for being here.
Yes.
Love you.
We also
Not-
are playing with the lovely Nick from Southwest Gaming Society today. Thank you so much for joining us. For those
for
of
having
you
me.
who haven't been here between the game, give us a little spiel about you before we hop back into the game real quick.
Wow. I'm Nick. You can find me at Emoaasimar on Twitter and Instagram. You can catch me every other week with Jen on our podcast, Overprepared DM, where I make fun of her for being very overprepared, constantly. And then on Wednesday nights, Southwest Gaming Society, I DM for the Crit Chicks. So yeah.
Heck yeah. We love a DM for an all-female cast. Let's go.
Let's go.
It's great.
So
Lovely
our
name.
group, I know, Crit Chicks is so cute.
Very cool.
I love it. And I wish
I
I
gotta-
thought of it first.
I have to give all credit to one of our players, Danny. She was the one. It was her idea. It's her brainchild. But
I love it.
Well, Feywild
Um,
now is mine. I'm kidding.
Yeah,
I'm not
that's
kidding.
true.
It was.
But
It was.
actually, but
It
in,
was,
in
but,
reality,
like, I'm not like that about it. If that makes sense.
So our adventurers today are part of a kind of initiative movement to rid the continent that we're on of dragons. They're part of the Dragon Hunters Initiative, which is a volunteer-based, basically murder squad. They're very strong and powerful, and most of them scary. Most of them come from questionable backstories. And it's fun seeing this group get together. They signed an agreement with the kind of administrator of the Dragon Hunters Initiative, and they agreed to hunt down a green dragon who has been said to be wreaking havoc onto the Healing, which is the continent's tree of life, essentially. People go there and bring their terminally ill or dead family members and loved ones where they can live out a reposed life, and possibly join the friendly undead town. It's interesting and fun. But why would people want to murder that? Why would they want that power? So we gotta kill that dragon. They took their 12 days of travel through multiple different terrains and had some chats. We learned a little bit about the characters, and then they found the cave, thanks to the wonderful tracking of Amisra, the ability to read the map, and tracking of Gorge. So they came across a boulder that said the letters, one word, Oneword. And the adventurers realized that they could move the letters around, and that the letters began to scramble, and they decided that they needed to unscramble the letters. Took some thought, maybe a short rest about it, and decided to try a couple things.
So Gorge is going to kind of move one of the O's on top of the other O. Does anything happen?
As you do that, it turns green, and the O's can't be separated.
Are they on top of each other? Or are they next to each other?
Yes.
Like, ooh.
They
Or like a
appeared to completely go on top of one another and look like one single O.
Oh.
The
I'll
first
was that?
spell out wonder.
Is perfect then.
So as you begin to move things around, you start to spell out WONDER, and all of the letters begin to glow green.
Oh.
And the illusionary magic of the wall kind of begins to fade, and you're left looking into a just plain dragon cave. It's stony on the outside and stony on the inside. Everything is kind of like a grayish color. There's no sconces or light really in the area, but you do hear large, kind of booming footsteps in the distance inside the cave.
Solana will take that time to down the golden dragon's blood.
Okay. So as the group watches Solana drink this blood, like there's a moment where it's almost like an aura of gold kind of washes through their body down to their feet and dissipates.
Ugh.
Well, everyone stay like 30 feet behind me. That looked gross, but everyone stay 30 feet behind me. I'm going to stealth ahead a bit. Just
before you do that, and Amizra kind of just like unlatches a short sword from their side. Take this with you.
Oh, okay.
Just all right, fine.
I'll take
It's
it.
a weapon. It's a weapon of warning. If anything comes near you, it will ring out loudly, and
All right.
you won't get snuck up on.
Thank you. And I'll
You're
just
welcome.
tuck it into my belt behind my, like between my cloak and my back, and just I'll stealth ahead of the group and
Okay, roll a stealth. And as you kind of step into the cave, you're immediately met with kind of like a dome, what it looks like. There's two clear cutout hallways that go in a Y shape at the end of this dome area. In the dome area, there's not too much happening. There's a single table with like a very ornate kind of table covering, and there's a goblet on there and like a plate. So maybe a humanoid has been in here. You're unsure. But there's just the two hallways that you see and nothing else.
so I rolled a 26 for stealth.
Okay, perfect.
But I'll get up to that table and I'll stop and wait for everyone to catch up to me.
Okay.
And while
As
they're
everyone steps in, they kind of see the same thing.
can I search the table to see if there's any signs of what might have left this here? Or
Sure. So roll an investigation check as you're kind of like sniffing the goblet, looking at the plate, lifting the little curtain from the bottom.
19.
So as you look down, you see that there's a small nest underneath the table. It's empty. There's nothing in it. It's just like hay, some dried grass, maybe some rubbery bits that were found in the waters and brought to this little empty nest. And above the table, you smell like wine, but it's old. Just small notes and remnants. And you know that was inside the goblet. And the plate has no crumbs whatsoever. There's nothing on the inside, outside of the plate or goblet. No markings or anything. So nothing seems to strike out at you aside from someone enjoyed a meal in this cave at one point. And then something might have nested underneath it. And as the group kind of walks in behind you, they see the same sort of dome-like area with the two Y-shaped halls. Sorry. It's a Y in general. There's not two Ys. Yeah. 2 paths, not 4.
So as they walk in, I'll just make sure I'm quiet, and then I'll scoop up the nest with my with like one of my arrows and kind of like lay it down in front of Gorge and see if he knows anything.
I do get a bonus to recalling information about Durgans, so is it something that I would know having to do with Durgans?
As you look at the nest, you would realize almost immediately that it is the kind of style that a dragon would have a nest. So yes, you can have advantage.
Okay. Cool. Actually, it's just advantage on survival checks to track, but I think
That's fine. You can take the advantage this time.
Okay. That's a natural 20.
Wow.
Nice.
So,
Fish for that second one.
as you're looking at this nest, you immediately recognize it as a dragon's nest, but it's very small. So maybe it's a piece of one, or there's a very small dragon somewhere in here. It has like a warmness about it that feels recently used. There's no dust, and you can surmise that there's possibly something currently living in this nest specifically.
You know what that is?
Yes.
Oh, God.
He's very antsy at this time. Like he's ready to go. Like he's ready for a fight.
Which way should we go?
There's a left and a right hallway as you guys all look and decide.
Okay.
And they're
Well-
pretty large. They look like, you know, they've been burrowed out essentially. So it's not like a nice, neat, constructed hallway. It looks naturally created.
Okay. Gonna try to track.
Okay. What does your tracking do? General location or exact location?
Well, actually, good point. I will go ahead and use a spell slot to find a dragon that is within 600 feet of me with primeval awareness.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, not 600 feet. 1 mile or 6 miles if it's in my favorite terrain.
Yeah.
So more than 600
Better.
feet.
Even
Yes,
nicer.
a lot more.
So, what is everyone else doing while Gorg kind of gets into this primal sense of locating a dragon?
Cirrus is just looking around, seeing if there's anything possibly hidden in this room. I guess with the body, I guess I would inspect the body too. I'd see if there's any. I mean, is it just plain clothes? Are there clothes?
Is there a body?
Is there?
I didn't mention a
thought I
body.
mentioned a body. I thought that you said somebody was having a meal. I envisioned somebody having had
like eating.
Got
a
a meal.
Got it. No, it was like sorry, that was my fault. Then.
No, that's my
it's more of
interpretation.
like a deserted table with nothing there except a plate and a goblet on a very nicely decorated table but there was no one around. Underneath the table though there was a nest.
Then nothing else in the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're kind of in a dome, jagged sort of stone structure.
Sure.
Natural stone, not like cut stone.
When Gorge goes to track this dragon, he scoops up a handful of dirt and shoves it into his mouth, and the Drake kind of looks up at him, and he also takes a bite of dirt.
So as you take a bite of dirt, you almost visually see just footprints, lime green in your vision. They lead down the left hallway.
Gorge just starts going.
Without saying anything. So the rest of the group observes Gorge biting dirt and then going out to the left hallway.
By the way, Creek has drank the old wine.
It is not good. There's too many crystals in it. It's been sitting and it's too aerated. But there was really only a drop, and honestly, it dries your mouth. It's real bad. You're like, this is great. I love it.
Yeah.
I suppose.
And I guess I'll follow the kobold.
Okay.
Turns
I follow
out
along as
the
well.
right was wrong.
I
And
follow along
Solo's
behind everybody.
jog.
Okay. So, the group kind of generally follows Gorge, who's basically just in this like mode of moving forward, dirt falling from their mouth behind, a little Drake following behind, kind of jumping as it skips. And Gorge, you follow these paths, you follow these trails all the way to down this very large cave path that opens up to another large dome. Essentially, you have a large dome area behind you, a smaller pathway, and a large dome in front of you. It leads to a area that has a sleeping, smaller dragon. It is green in color. And let's do stealth checks if you intended to do so going down that hallway. And I'll take yours, High Creek, from earlier.
Oh, okay.
I can be stealthy and travel at a normal pace. This is my favorite terrain, so gonna do that.
Okay.
Are we in the forest or in the mountains?
Yeah, you're in the forest.
Okay.
A cave within the forest, so. Yes.
What, an 11?
14.
18.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Okay. So, as everyone is just making their way down, being stealthy, no one's dragging anything, no rocks are falling, and Gorge, you spot this small dragon. It stands about 5 feet while sleeping, so it's large but small. And as you stop to look at it, you hear Solana, your weapon kind of dinks on the floor just a little bit. Nothing stirs in the area, though.
The second Gorge's eyes fix onto this young dragon, his bow is already off his back, and he's got an arrow knocked. It's pulled, but he's still approaching.
Okay. So as you approach, you see in the area kind of more lit. It's not dark in here because there is still light coming from outside the cave that is illuminating the area just a little bit. So if you have dark vision, you don't have dark vision, you can still see. In the area, there's 6 smaller green eggs surrounding this sleeping dragon.
I cast Detect Magic.
I cast
Okay.
Mage Armor, by the way.
Okay.
So Creek is gonna circle right and kind of cover Gorge as he walks towards the dragon.
Okay.
With my bow drawn, arrow knocked, bow drawn, aiming at the dragon.
Okay. So as you detect magic, Mizra, you see just kind of like this glowing aura coming from all 7 of the eggs and the dragon. And the sword kind of begins to do like a just a small hum, as if maybe you've been noticed, but no one has stirred or moved.
Selena's gonna whisper.
Stop fucking moving.
So, yeah, if the dragon left and there's one here, that means there's probably 2 dragons.
Gorge is just kind of like looking over at his companions. Go ahead.
No, sorry. I was just going to say this is a smaller dragon. But
probably
Yes,
specifically like High Creek.
There's magic coming from the eggs and this dragon. I don't like it.
And you also detect magic kind of coming from the other hallway.
And something
a little bit
magical
more
down the other way.
It's a little bit more faint, though.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we back out of this room and back into the hallway, and then we try to shoot it.
Might be a better play.
As long as I can see it, I can probably shoot it.
I can shoot it if I can't see it. So
Well, the confidence is well worn, but let's talk less and move more.
Still have to see it. As far as we can move back.
yeah, let's just back into the hallway we came from, out of the room.
Okay. So you guys kind of back down into the hallway, and who was at the front? That was Gorge and High Creek. You guys can make perception checks as you're watching, with advantage, as you're watching this dragon directly.
Uh, 23.
18.
Okay, so both of you, as you take one step back, you see an eye just creak open.
I shoot it.
I also shoot it.
Yup.
Okay, let's roll for initiative.
Nice.
You have an advantage on initiative, I believe, since you're holding
Because of the
weapon.
sword? Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay. Wow, wow, wow.
Wow, I rolled terrible.
That's okay. Amisra.
That's a 19.
Okay. And Gorge.
I believe 11.
Okay. High Creek.
30-20.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Solana.
15.
What'd you say? I'm sorry?
15.
15. Okay. I just heard teen.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
Cirrus.
9.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, High Creek, as you take your shot, what'd you get to hit?
On my first shot, it is it's a 16. That hits.
That does hit, actually.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So I
You knock your arrow back, and as the second you see its eyes creak open, you and Gorge immediately just whoop. And what's your damage?
did 11 points of damage, which is magical with my +1 longbow.
Okay.
So 11 points on that was my first shot.
Okay.
And then I'll take my
And-
second shot.
Perfect.
That's better. It's a 24.
To hit? That hits?
Yeah, to hit. Yeah. And only did 6 points of damage on the second shot.
Okay. Perfect. So, at this point, it begins to reel, and it shoots up into the air and, like, screams loudly. It feels like the walls begin to shake as Amisra. You poke your head into the room from the hall.
And I look at it and I shout in Draconic, grovel insect as I cast command.
Okay.
Nice.
What is the DC, or what's the check on that?
That's a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Bring it down.
That is a 19.
Nope, doesn't do it.
Oof. Does
So-
anything happen on a fail?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So, as you say grovel insect, you hear it. No. and it turns its head, blood kind of running from the forehead, arrows still sticking out of it. And that brings it to the dragon's turn, where in a cone of 15 feet, where everybody is, you guys get to make a Constitution saving throw as it reels back. This glowing green raises into its throat, and everyone's Constitution saving throw.
13.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use a reaction and add +4.
Perfect.
That is a what is my so sorry, where that's a 25. 20 plus 5.
Okay.
14.
Mine's a 26.
Okay. And
Mine's
Solara.
Mine's a 21, but I'm also going to react
Okay.
with reactive resistance, so resisting
Perfect.
poison damage.
Perfect. Okay, everyone passes, so they take half damage as this poisonous gas just emits from its mouth in this spray. That is... That's 23 total damage, so take your half and your resistance as this spray just envelops the area as it fades slightly. Everything is a tinted sort of green, and you see the eggs begin to... That brings us to Solana.
How far away am I from the dragon?
Everyone is approximately 30 feet, kind of in a bunch.
All right. Yeah, so Solana, man, this is weird playing a barbarian. Solana's going, and she's gonna rage on the way.
All right, so as you're
try to-
sprayed with this poisonous gas, you just react with a rah, and you run through, or run forward.
Yeah, and then so she'll try an attack with her great axe. Okay, that's a 17.
That hits.
Oh, 8, cool. Thank God for the hit modifier, because okay, let's see the damage. Okay. That would be 7 plus 4, that's 11.
All right, so you see it kind of knock back down just a little, its body really long and gangly as your axe just digs right into its shoulder blade. Any bonus actions? Or you bonus action rage, technically.
Yeah. Do I get another attack since I attacked?
Do you have second attack yet?
I think so.
You're just a barbarian, right?
Yeah, I'm just a level 6 barbarian. Extra
you get
attack.
2
Okay,
attacks.
cool.
Yeah, you have extra
Well,
attack. There you go.
I
just wasn't sure when you got it. That's okay. I just wasn't sure when you got it.
Okay.
Is Solana within 30 feet of me?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
it should be. Yeah.
Gonna go ahead and use my reaction to add 1d6 acid damage to that attack.
Okay.
Oh, cool. So that is 14 plus a d6, 15. So 14 slashing, 1 acid.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as you knock it down, you see like its eyes kind of flick upward as it falls to the floor. Just kind of gurgling breath, some poison kind of seeping out of its mouth. And you see the eggs do another shift to the other side. As your dragon lays not moving in front of you. It appeared to be a wormling. And you already did your action.
Yeah.
Gorge.
So it's just gonna be like babies.
And Gorge.
Just for the record, that was my my Drake companion's reaction, not mine, and he goes immediately after me. So the wormling is dead as far as I can tell, right?
It's not moving.
And the eggs are shaking?
The eggs appear to be kind of rhythmically shaking, but you would imagine that they're hatching.
Okay. Gorge is going to go ahead and how far away is the wormling from myself?
30 feet.
30 feet? Okay. Gonna run over and take a stance on top of it and shoot fire at the egg.
Okay. And there's 7 different eggs.
Okay. Does a 15 hit?
Yes.
Okay. That is a sharpshooter shot. And 8 plus 3. I'll roll the other one. He's gonna fire a second time.
Okay.
Also gonna be a sharpshooter shot, but I don't think that's gonna hit. Maybe, I don't know. Sorry, math is hard.
You're doing great.
I don't usually do sharpshooter either. It's -5, so 12 to hit.
That does not hit. But didn't you do 15 to hit already?
Yeah, I get 2 attacks because I'm a ranger.
Okay. So 1 hits, 1 misses then. I understand.
Yes. 7 damage.
Okay. You crush easily into one of the eggs, and it spurts outward with this green kind of goop.
Right.
6 eggs remain. Any bonus actions?
Yes, my bonus action is going to be to command my Drake companion.
Okay.
So that's going to be the end of my turn.
Okay.
Oh, it shares my initiative count. So, and taking its turn immediately after our or after mine.
So it's your Drake's turn.
Yes. If there is an egg within 30 feet of where my companion was, then
There is.
he will go ahead and attack it.
Okay.
I believe he gets a +6 to hit. Let me double check. Sorry. Yes. That's a natural 1.
Yes.
It misses. It runs up. It's too excited and it's snapping. Just it misses, and it kind of like gets its jaw on the egg, just but does nothing.
Okay.
Cirrus.
I will step up. I'm gonna send Artemis, my owl, up into the air to kind of circle around, flying up, and then we'll go ahead and perform just kind of some signs in the air and shoot a firebolt at one of the eggs.
Okay.
Which is bad. 9 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, I'll take it. 10 damage.
All right. As you firebolt the egg, it just catches fire and fades out into this green goop that kind of spreads across the floor. Any bonus actions?
No. Did you say there's emitting magic, or
they are made of magic?
Okay. Gotcha.
So
okay.
they're not necessarily emitting magic, but they're made of magic.
Okay.
Speaking of magic, Misra, the magic that you were detecting earlier seems to be getting closer, and the weapon on now High Creek's side begins to hum as you look at the furthermost hallway, and you see these claws kind of reach around as you hear a dull voice. Who killed my sisters? And you see kind of like the beak of a dragon, larger, crawling its way through the hall. And it looks, and its eyes kind of flicker as it gets a gaze on everyone. Welcome to my home. You're lucky that my father isn't here. But you won't meet him. And he kind of gets into position as he comes out of the hallway completely and begins to charge towards the group, which I believe would be Solara first, because you were there.
I'm the only
Oh,
one
and we have Gorge up there as well. So, but we'll go Solara. So he comes up, and his mouth just opens loudly largely as he chomps down onto you with a 17 to hit.
Let me check real quick. Yeah, that hits.
Just real quick.
Yeah,
so
it
it
does.
chomps down strongly with 13 piercing damage.
So half of
Make
that.
a Constitution saving throw as well,
Oh,
as you
boy.
feel fluid entering your shoulder.
The dice I memed about actually did really well.
Hell yeah.
So that's a 22 for the con save.
Oh, that's
Okay, you
awesome.
pass the con save, so you take half of 6 damage. So 3. You take 3 points of poison damage as you feel it just enter your body. And it takes a claw and swipes at Gorge, who's standing right there. With a 19 to hit Gorge. That hits you. Perfect. And he takes his claw while mouth still in Solara. And that is 9 points of slashing damage.
Ouch.
And as its mouth kind of unclenches on Solara's body, it begins to bring its other claw around back to Solara again.
Okay.
With a natural 1, so
Ooh.
a 8 to hit.
Nice.
As it misses, and you see it kind of grin as your blood kind of drips from its teeth. And that brings us to High Creek. This much larger dragon has entered, but it has stated that it is not the largest.
Oh, it is a larger dragon though. Okay.
It is a larger dragon than what you just slayed. There is
right.
also 5 more eggs that are shaking.
Drake is gonna shoot it, and I'm gonna make my first shot a sharpshooter attack.
Okay.
Cool.
Hoping this works. That's a crit.
Ooh.
Let's
That's
go.
max auto max your dice and then add your modifiers.
Are you sure
Auto
about
max,
that?
yes, I'm sure. Auto max
Okay.
your dice multiplied by 2, then add your modifiers.
Because I'm going to add a arcane shot to this, which is a shadow arrow. So it takes an extra 2d6 psychic damage. So that's an 8, 2d6, it's 12, so 20 times 2, that's 40, plus 10, that's 50, plus 4, plus 5, so 45. Is that right? 45 points of damage on one shot.
Perfect.
Sounds right.
Wait,
to me.
All right.
You said
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
55.
I think I was gonna say 55, not
55.
45.
Yes, 55.
Yeah, let's
55
do
points of
that.
damage on
We
one
went from
shot.
50 to
There's
40.
missing 10.
So 55
Nice.
damage as this arrow and shadow arrow fly through, hitting directly in the jugular as it was about to snap back down onto Solara. It shifts its body weight, and you see just a spurt of blood just completely cover the wall behind it.
I'm gonna attack it
Bonus
again.
actions. All right.
Yes.
Let's go.
Okay.
Why not? I'll make a sharpshooter again.
Do it.
Okay, not as good. 16 to hit.
All right. That misses.
Yeah, I figured.
So your second one, a little bit too excited from the amount of damage you saw happen just now. You shoot with a little less accuracy, and it shoots right above its head. Any bonus actions?
No.
Amisra.
She's gonna see an opening, and she's gonna fire a chromatic orb down its throat. We're going I'm thinking acid damage.
Okay.
And does a 19 hit?
19 does
That work?
hit.
Okay. So that is... I'm doing second level, so that's 48. Has 16 points of acid damage down the throat.
All right. So you kind of aim directly for the shot that just ripped open its jugular, and you shoot directly for it, and you see it with precision go right down the throat, imploding into its chest, getting a light of kind of like a dark black amongst the green, and it fades away as you hear it kind of grunt angrily, and it's beginning to bleed quite a bit. Any bonus actions?
I am going to use my movement to get 10 feet away from it.
Okay, perfect. Solana.
10 more feet away from it than I was.
That's fair. You're now 40 feet away.
Nice. Yeah, Solana's gonna attack again.
Okay.
This time aiming for what was close? Jugular. No, she's
Okay.
gonna go for the legs.
Okay. They are much longer than normal dragon legs. They're very tall.
Oh, well,
Oh.
nice. I got a dirty 20.
Okay.
This is a blessed dice. All of this. Okay, so let's see what the damage is for this blessed dice. Oh boy, never mind. So the first attack is a 5.
Okay, that first attack.
7.
Rage
misses.
damage.
Don't forget.
I didn't forget this time.
Heck yeah.
Kind of like trying to go
one-
for the tendons, you know? Bring it down.
The first one misses as you kind of hit the floor next to its legs. And you raise it back up for your second strike.
Ding. Okay. That one's a 22 to hit.
That hits.
Cool.
This time, with more grip, you come down and hit. For how much damage?
That would be 11 damage.
All right. So you're just hacking away at the leg, the tendon. You see that it seems to snap as you slice right through the back of its leg. And its leg folds upward in recoil. And it seems to be walking on 3 legs at this point.
That's nice.
Gorge.
You're muted, Gorge.
All right. Gonna go ahead and where is this dragon in relation to my Drake?
You both are 5 feet away from it.
Okay.
It
Gonna go
entered your zone to attack Solara and you.
I'm gonna go ahead and leave its range so it can take an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
But I am going to
That's a 14.
14 to hit. It misses.
Okay.
It
It tries to swat at you and
Okay. But I am a kobold, so I do get pack tactics anytime that an ally is within 5 feet of it. So gonna go ahead and it says on an attack roll, so I think I can only get it on one of those attacks.
Okay.
But gonna take sharpshooter on them both.
Okay.
I think that's like a 9. No, that's a 11 to hit.
That misses.
Okay. This one's also sharpshooter. No, sorry. 16 to hit.
16 also misses.
Okay. And as a bonus action, going to Searing Smite. So, 13 Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
I believe.
natural 1, so a 4.
All right.
Nice. Oh.
Okay. Cool. That doesn't do anything right now. Only when I attack. But and since I didn't command my Drake, he is taking the dodge action this turn.
Okay. Perfect. So that brings us to Cirrus.
Right. Where I didn't roll separately for my owl. Would I have them go?
I would say that he's been circling you. You sent him to go get food. He came back with some food, and he's been with you. I would say that he is within like 5 feet of you.
Yeah. Would he go before or after my turn? I guess is
after.
I don't care. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Cool. So I will, with as much space away from the dragons as I can possibly have.
You hit the wall.
Yeah.
If you back all the way up, you're about 50 feet away.
Back right up against the wall, and again casting those same arcane symbols and throwing a firebolt at the dragon.
Okay. What is your hit?
Let's see. Natural 20.
Let's go. Max damage times 2 plus your modifiers.
Okay, so that is let's see, firebolt. I don't add any modifiers, so just 20 damage.
All right, so your firebolt goes and kind of brightens the area, and you guys begin to see the eggs shaking rapidly as they've been heated.
Nice.
Any bonus actions?
No bonus actions, but I'm going to send Artemis off towards the dragon to then have it harry around it and try to, like, you know, kind of peck at it and scratch at it and distract it a bit. Basically, essentially giving the help action to.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, perfect. So he's being a distraction.
the
The back
person.
of the group, we have Amisra. Make a perception check as you backed into the hallway to be a little bit farther away. And let me know what your perception is.
That is 13.
13. You begin to hear kind of like the trees outside the cave loudly being rustled and the floor shaking with every step from outside. You recognize that Daddy's home.
Oh no.
Oh,
no.
We've
But the
got
drag-
company.
And as you say, we've got company. The dragon inside unleashes another poison breath, making everyone Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh man, I'm not out of range of that. Heck.
It is 30 feet, so that would be Cirrus and Amisra are out of range of this.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
George would be as well.
Okay.
I assume, does Artemis get caught up in that then?
He does.
I'm not gonna roll.
Poor
I'm not even
Artemis.
gonna roll.
I'm not even gonna roll.
He has 1 hit point, so.
Oh.
Ouch to you.
He poofs.
What does High Creek and Solana have for their
19.
23.
23 and 19?
Mhm.
All right, you guys pass. You get half.
Math.
Quick math.
Oh.
Oh.
No, you're good. No, sorry.
Oh.
Jade's face.
So half of 47 damage.
Whoa.
So so 20 23 damage of poison as it just spreads through the area. And you see that people begin to choke on this poison. Is anyone heavily damaged?
Galana's upright, but
I believe
not
my
the greatest.
I believe my Drake was in range.
Okay.
Actually,
He was. But you can roll a con save for him to see if
yeah.
Got the.
I did. It's a 12.
Okay, failed.
Right.
Rip.
You
So
said.
he takes all 47 damage then.
Yeah, he's gone.
Oh my god.
No!
Not the
babies! Not the baby! The drake!
No.
I don't. I have spare the dying. I don't know if it's useful.
Nah, he just poofs.
Yeah.
Just like a companion. Big poofs. You can get another one. There's eggs right here. That brings us to High Creek, as the booming outside has gotten close enough to where the walls are shaking. With every step, you realize you're surrounded. You have
Well,
one in here and one outside.
it's a good day to get a statue, right? And I'm gonna shoot the dragon I see 2 more times.
Okay. Roll to hit twice.
Hold off. Oh, do I do sharpshooter? Yep, I'm my first shot doing sharpshooter. That's another fucking natural 20. So
Dang.
Let's go. Max times 2 plus.
I'm not
your
gonna do a shadow shot this time. So it's just 16.
If not now, then when?
With the big one. I get one more.
The big one.
So 16 plus 5 is 21 plus 10 is 31 points of damage.
Explain how it dies at this young green dragon in front of Solara.
No one really notices. I just put the arrow like right behind its where its ear would be, so it just goes right into the brain, and it just something just dies. Like it's nothing crazy. I just put the arrow right in the exact same the exact spot where it would kill it, and just.
You see its head kind of crane upward, and then its neck kind of as it lands onto the floor in front of Solara, and you see its eye kind of twitching as it slows and stops.
And I'm gonna turn to one of the eggs, and I'm gonna shoot with my second action. Or my second attack. I'm gonna shoot one of the eggs.
Okay. Roll
With a sharpshooter. Why not?
Because why not?
21 to hit.
That hits.
21 points of damage on one of the eggs.
So, as your arrow strikes the egg, it just goes completely through it, and it cracks in half as this green goop forms and kind of burns into the floor.
All right, I'm gonna do 2 more things 'cause I'm a fighter. This is what we
Okay.
do. I'm going to use all 45 feet of my movement to run to the other side of the cavern from the entrance where the booming and rustling and big bad is coming through.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use my bonus action to do a second wind to heal
Okay.
just a little bit.
Just a little bit? Perfect.
So just a little
you
bit.
you ran towards the door?
Away. I want to be far away, and I'm yeah.
So then
yeah.
you would be right next to Cirrus against the wall.
Yep.
Okay.
Hello.
You see him kind of just like lean up against the wall as he just like touches his chest to give himself a little bit of extra health on the way. And that brings us to Amisra. You're closest to the cave door. There's about 10 feet of hallway before you get to that dome that you entered in through, where the table was, and you can see the large booming feet down the hallway coming towards the door.
Okay. So
I say door, but I mean opening.
Yeah. I think I know what you mean. Thinking here, because I had an idea, but then the dragon was dead, so now that means my idea is different.
My bad.
No, you're fine. You're fine there. You're fine.
You're fine.
You're fine here.
Amisra's gonna use their meta magic to do distance spell, and then use inflict wounds, which now has a range of 30 feet.
Okay.
On this dragon.
That's coming towards the door.
Yes.
All right. So you'd have to get a little bit closer. So you kind of run down the hallway to get to get your distance, and you aim at its feet. This dragon is taller than the cave. And what is your attack?
That's a 20 total.
To hit?
Mm-hmm.
That hits.
I was so scared I was gonna miss that. I didn't even roll the damage. Give me max damage.
Ooh.
That's 30 points of damage. Necrotic.
Oh my gosh.
Please
All
and
right.
thank you.
So you see its leg kind of like reel back as it like shakes its hand and then booms it back onto the floor, seeming as if it's fine. But then you see its neck kind of crane downward and look you directly in the eyes. What's happening? It says in Draconic as it smiles.
She doesn't say anything. She just stares it down. She's mad as no. You know what? That's boring. No.
That's boring. No, you're not boring.
She looks this dragon back in the face and goes, "I don't give a shit if you in Draconic. I don't give a shit if you were the one that did it or not. You die today."
If I've done what? And he brings his body into the cave. As that brings us. Do you have any bonus actions, Amisra? Okay, that brings us to
actually, hold on.
Solana. Oh.
Not yet. Nope. I'm gonna hold off on
Okay.
that.
Okay, that brings us to Solana.
All right. So Solana is gonna first use a gift of Chromatic Dragon to add some elemental damage. So she'll be charging, eyes glowing gold, and her axe is slowly frosting over on the sides.
Okay.
And she's gonna try and attack one of the legs again.
Perfect. So you take to the hallway.
Yeah.
And run down, passing Amisra, and swing towards its legs as it's beginning to enter just your distance. And what's your hit?
Let's see. Oh, that is a 19.
That hits.
Bet. Okay, I'm not gonna. All right, cool. I'm not gonna complain. So that is 9 plus 4. I can look at math. 15 slashing. With a bonus of 2 cold.
Okay.
As for the first attack, and then she's gonna try and attack again.
Okay.
This time, she's feeling kind of cocky, a little bit confident. And she'll try to do this one with the heavy weapon master. Does a it was like a 20, not 27, 17.
17 does not hit. As you go down with your weapon mastery, you miss and hit the floor. And as you hit the floor, everyone in the cave, please make a DC 16 wisdom saving throw.
I'm real good at these.
Okay.
I make
12.
that exactly 16.
Meets it, beats it.
15.
12.
17.
Okay.
17.
Shockingly.
Okay. Well, if you
Nice.
failed, you're frightened for this turn. As its brooding presence just looms in, completely closing out the outside, darkening the space with just its body. That brings us to Gorge, who was not frightened, ready to fight and murder.
True. Gonna get as far away as I can feasibly get from this thing with my 30 feet of movement speed. And going to he's going to pull like a little bit of like ration out, and he's gonna sprinkle it into his hand, and it kind of like gets crushed, and you see a little poof of like poison air kind of erupt from his hand, and his drake rises from the ground once more. This time, slightly different, but still green.
A poisonous phoenix. Was that your turn, or was that
That was
action?
my action.
Okay.
Interesting.
So that's a feature. It's not technically a spell.
That's fine. You can do a spell if you'd like.
Yeah. Gonna go ahead and. And nope, it's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's great. Everything's fine.
Is it?
We're good.
Or...
Yep.
I don't believe you.
Whatever that means.
Yep.
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 What'd you do? I don't even know what you did.
I rose my drake, and technically I still have searing smite going on, but
Oh, okay, cool, understood.
so
All right.
big chillin'.
That brings us to Cirrus, who is frightened.
And am I the farthest that I could possibly be away from this dragon?
You are.
While still seeing it.
You have disadvantage on everything that you do, basically.
Yeah. Is there another tunnel or anything? Is there another?
There is so what happened was there's a large dome, there's 2 hallways, and then there's a large dome. You're at the back of the large dome in the hall. There's one to the left that the young dragon came out of, and you guys came in through the right, and you've been heavily hugging this right side, but you still have this left side hallway that you haven't gone through.
That is not full of dragons.
No, doesn't look like it at least.
I mean, currently, that's great.
The dragon did come out of it.
But then he died. So
I'm gonna go ahead and kind of backing towards that way and throwing a firebolt shakily at
With
this dragon.
disadvantage.
Yeah. So that's 14.
That misses. So your firebolt grabs its attention as it looks past everybody directly at you with a green, angry smile. It furrows its scaly brow.
And then I turn and run towards. I use my movement to run towards the other hallway that there is no dragon in.
So you're out of sight. You run out of its distance, out of fear, just running like, I gotta get out of this area. Yep. That brings us to the dragon, who on the right hallway, within a 60-foot cone. So everybody except the people still in the back, which I believe would be yes. So that is a Constitution saving throw as it fills the area with poison gas. For everyone else, except High Creek and Cirrus.
Oh.
19.
16.
Well, where's Gorge? No, Gorge, did you leave the area or no?
He was trying to get as far away from the dragon.
Okay, so you're still back there. Okay, so then that would be Solara and Mizra in the area. What'd you get? I'm sorry?
19.
16.
Okay, both of those pass, so you'll take half.
And reaction, another poison resist. Oh no.
I just rolled 6 1s.
Oh.
When does that?
Statistically, like.
Thank you very much. I will take 3 damage. Very
Lucky
much.
for
Thank
you. No, that's half of it, but because I only have 6, I need 12. That's crazy to me.
Yeah,
okay.
no,
When does that ever happen?
Impossible.
Like,
Like,
I was like, what?
When I'm calculating damage for a fireball.
Yeah.
Right. I've seen that before.
Yeah.
7, 8, 9, 10. So it's much less. That's 18 poison damage. So you get half of that. That was all very low. 2s, 3s, and 1s.
Half.
Oof. Half of the half for Solara, as this poison fills the air, kind of like filling your lungs, especially if you're more than half health down. It's beginning to get hard to breathe. And you feel the urge to cough. And that is the dragon's turn. Yes, that is it. I can do that only. Okay, that brings us to High Creek in the back.
Am I still afraid?
You are no longer afraid. We're back at the top.
Okay.
So you feel a little bit. I could do this.
And did you run down the other hallway?
As much as 30 feet, or as much as I
Okay.
could.
So towards the hallway. Oh, you're like right at the entrance, which is out of sight of the dragon, focusing on the right hall.
All right. And can I see this dragon?
You can from where you're standing, currently.
Okay. So I'm gonna shoot it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna shoot it. No sharpshooter, just regular old. That's a 28 to hit on my first attack.
That hits.
20 total on my second attack.
Okay, that hits as well.
Then I'm gonna action surge.
Okay.
And shoot 2 more times.
Let's go, fighters.
That's another dirty 20.
Yes.
That hits.
And a 13 on my final one.
That misses.
Yeah. So
3 hits and a
3
miss.
hits.
I'll take the 3 hits though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Six. Ooh. 14 plus 15, 29 points of damage.
Okay. Total or for one?
That's total.
Okay.
And you know what? I'm gonna make my last shot another shadow arrow. So it
Okay,
takes two
might as
more
well.
d6. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
It's another 6 points of damage.
Okay. Perfect. So as it was focusing that direction and breathing into the area, and it was focusing towards the back, it's real like it seems determined to get in and through the hall to check on its family. Any bonus actions, High Creek?
Actually, it doesn't need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
It's a dragon. It's probably gonna like a plus 12, but
9.
9?
It rolled a 7 plus 2.
Ooh.
9.
It
Oh,
can't
saving
see.
throw is plus 7. Sorry. So
Oh.
7 plus 7, 14.
14 still fails.
Okay.
It cannot see anything farther than 5 feet away from it until the start of my next turn.
So you see its eyes, Solara especially, being right up on him. You see its eyes kind of like fade over. And it doesn't, and it kind of like jerks its head back and forth in front of you, and you can surmise that it can't see very well. That brings us to you, Solana.
Hey, let's go. So Solana's heavily, like, she's wheezing almost.
Oh yeah.
Not doing too hot. But seeing that the dragon is, like, its eyes are obscured, she's going to... So, the dragon's now in the dome, and then Solana's still in the hallway, yeah?
Correct. Yeah, you
Okay.
were hitting its feet, which were stretching towards the hallway.
Mhm.
So if you were to enter the dome, you would be under its body.
Okay. So ironically, she's not gonna go forward, she's gonna go backwards into the cave. And you just hear kind of like almost like a gurgling sound, and then it just kind of explodes into a 15-foot cone of fire.
Oh my
so
goodness.
has to be a dex saving throw of 13.
$11.
Yeah.
I was gonna say this thing is like wedged in, so I feel like disadvantages.
I did it with disadvantage.
Okay, 'cause I was like, it's like
I
That's
did it with
funny.
disadvantage because
the
it's
cool
smooshed.
spell. The cool spell. So that is 4, that'd be 10 fire damage.
Okay.
Yeah, 3d6. Yeah, okay, cool. And that is her
Your bonus action. You
that's
can
her bonus
still hit.
action.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
still
so
hit.
that's her bonus action, and she's gonna take a regular hit, not a minus hit.
Okay, not a minus hit. What's a minus hit?
You crit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go. Max
This is
damage
this is
times
Solana's
2.
hero. Her hero moment.
It is.
Do it.
Max damage times 2. Add your modifiers.
All right, so that is. Hold on, I gotta do some math.
The best part of the
Okay.
game.
Yes.
Math.
The
All
math
right,
part.
okay. So that is a whole whomping 34.
Okay.
On that one slash.
Love
Probably really pissed off at this point.
You see its smile begin to straighten out as it looks very serious. And it says in Draconic, "I will not let this happen." And that brings us to Gorge.
Do I
As
still
the
get
dragon
another attack?
begins to... Do you have another attack? Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you.
Yep.
Cool,
Get
cool, cool.
on it. Let's
Do
go.
it.
Let's see. That's probably
But
not
then
gonna be
Gorge, get
accurate.
ready.
All right. How does a 18 hit?
It does not.
Oh, dang. Okay, yeah.
Ugh.
That's it.
It says it will not let this happen, and it seems to be raising one of its arms out with its claw outstretched. Like that's Gorge
Okay.
in the corner. That's Gorge.
All right, gonna go ahead and make a sharpshooter shot on my first shot, which I have advantage on because pack tactics. My second one's not going to be a sharpshooter shot, but before I do either of those, gonna hunter's mark because searing smite actually only works on melee attacks. Read your spells, kids.
Yeah, kids.
Heck.
Okay, cool. Does an 18 hit?
An 18 does not hit.
I assumed as much.
Sorry.
That doesn't hit either.
Oof.
Oof! You hunter's mark, and you see just like a little target forming, but you can't seem to hit it. Was hunter's mark your bonus action?
Yeah.
Okay. And your Drake can now move.
No.
Do
I can only move it if I use my bonus action to move it.
Got it. Understood. So that brings us to Cirrus, who is running towards the left hallway. It's about a 30 feet stretch to where you would enter the hallway. You see its tail. So it's not facing you at the other end of the hall.
Perfect. Then I will poke out and throw a firebolt at its tail.
Okay. Perfect. Roll to hit.
A 10.
Oh my gosh. So
That's
your
it.
firebolt just... You see his ass right there, and you shoot the ceiling. Any bonus actions, though?
Nope.
Okay.
Nothing. Just as much as I can be safe in that hallway, I will, fuck back as much as possible.
Okay. So, yes.
I was wrong. I can move the Drake, so I will move it 30 feet.
Okay.
I just
Cool.
can't take an action with it unless I use my bonus action.
Oh, I see. Okay. Understood. So, the dragon with its tail facing Cirrus. You see it kind of flick as it sweeps across the floor to hit Cirrus. Dropped that die on the floor. Next one. You're lucky for it. That's a 12 to hit. Die's gone forever. Oh, I found it. Pick it up with my foot. Okay. That one was a 17 from the floor. So, I'm assuming that one did not hit you, Cirrus.
What was the roll?
12.
12. No.
Okay. And up front, it takes a swipe at a Mizra. With where are you?
Right here. George?
I can only see 5 feet in front of it. So, have any of the attacks been past 5 feet? Sorry, I just thought of it.
The tail, no, because it's just behind him. And then this one would have to be on Solana then, because a Mizra, I believe, is more than that.
Correct. Marissa is more than 5 feet away.
Well, Solana.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Nope, that's fair.
Well.
That's a 16 to hit.
Oh. Yeah, it's.
Oh.
I couldn't remember if it was like a 17 or a 16, but yeah.
So it comes down and it slashes you for 6 points of slashing damage, just straight across your outfit. Kind of
Is
ripping
that a 6 or a 12 initially? Because I'm still raging.
It is a 6.
Okay, so I take 6.
All right.
Yay.
This dragon is not doing what I want it to do.
Do they ever?
No. Hi, Creek.
That's fine.
You're up.
I'm just gonna keep shooting.
Okay.
Keep loosing my arrows. 2 more shots.
Love it.
I rolled a 2 and a 1. So yeah, that's an 11 or a 12 on the one that's not a critical fail. So I'm assuming I missed both.
You did.
Yeah.
So just with nervousness, as you see people getting just completely shredded on, poisoned, it's making everyone nervous. It's making them not as accurate. They need to get it together. Amisra.
I can't carry this team. Y'all do something.
Amisra.
Amisra is going to use some more meta magic to do a quicken spell.
Okay.
And that one is going to be Cure Wounds towards Solana. So you get 1d8 plus 1.
Nice.
Solana's not dying today.
Trying not to.
The girl has a lot of HP, but also
That's 7. That's 7 points of healing.
I'll take it. I'll
per
take whatever-
you.
whatever you offer.
And
Thank you for the food.
thank you for the food. And then Chromatic Orb at 3rd level with some more. Actually, you know what? Let's do Thunder. Dash. It's a 25 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
And that is. Hold on, because math is fun and awesome, and we all did really great at it at school. Oh, sorry. Since it's the highest level, that's 5d8. Okay.
Let's go 5d8.
Let's go. Let's go. Kill it, please.
Technically, you could.
Technically.
I think.
Well, so here's the thing. We're looking at like 36 points of damage, so I don't know if I could do any better than that.
That's great. That's awesome.
Okay, 36 points
Of thunder damage.
Perfect.
And it's, I'm assuming it will maybe also hit the rocks above it. No, I'm kidding.
You're like rocks fall, dragon dies.
That's how that works, right?
And they were stuck forever.
The end. Any bonus actions, Amisra?
No, I already. The bonus action was me using
Okay.
Quicken Spell to heal Solana.
Okay, Solana.
All right, with the new
This dragon is just grossly bleeding out, but he just has like the most serious face. His fangs broken, chiseled, like he's old.
good. With the little more pep in her step, she's gonna attack again.
Okay.
And that is a 26 to hit.
That hits.
Okay.
Quite a lot.
Heck yeah. So that first one is 13 slashing plus. I almost forgot the chromatic thing. It lasts like a minute, so. 8, 7 plus 11 slashing and 3 cold.
Okay.
On that first attack, and then she'll attack again.
Okay.
That'll be 24 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, and that is a. I'm gonna re-roll that, because it like landed weird. Nice. So that's max damage. Just 18 slashing and 2 cold damage. So that's
Yeah, so she's taking really angry swings, like...
Elaborately tell us how you kill the adult green dragon.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. So the first one, because she's still, still heavily injured, so she's gasping angrily. And then the first one just kind of slashes through the back leg that she's closest to, and slices it clean, so it's like it's kind of like tilted, and then she'll use the rest of her movement speed to come up to like the base of its neck and slash upwards, to just like have it be a clean cut that way, where it just kind of gurgles out and bleeds. She also gets a little bit of blood on her, but she's okay with that.
And it kind of slumps in the opening of this cave, leaving the group with like little tiny pieces of light over the top of its body. If you guys wanted to leave the cave, you'd have to crawl over it. But you've completed your task of killing the dragon.
Amisra kind of just like limps over a little bit towards Solana and just places a hand on her shoulder and uses healing hands, so there's another 6 points for you. And they just say, well, if anyone was gonna get the killing blow, I guess I'm glad it was you.
Thanks. I really needed that.
Thanks. Bleeding profusely.
Yeah. Like, she's not doing good still. But better than before. Yeah, I appreciate it. I know this is way more of your passion kind of thing, but it got me pretty good. I had to get it back.
Got it back wonderfully.
Thanks.
You say as you kind of like poke over the dragon's butt to see the rest of the group.
Gorge takes out one of his two short swords that appear to be made of partially dragon bone parts, and begins just cutting off a toenail.
Amisra's actually gonna head over towards the dragon eggs because she hasn't forgotten those.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say High Creek is already. He's taking care of those.
The rest of the eggs.
Yeah.
There's 3 more.
High Creek, my sword, if you don't mind.
What sword?
The sword I handed you.
I have my sword.
High Creek, I do have I will hurt you.
Okay.
The sword I handed you.
Okay. Here.
I was like, Amisra cast inflict wounds.
So you got your sword back. You guys
And-
successfully smashed the rest of
Yeah.
the eggs, unless you had any other plans with the eggs.
That was her plan.
Are there any like partial like bodies in the eggs of like baby dragons?
You can roll an investigation with advantage.
19.
Yeah, so as you're looking through the egg goop, you do see that grossly, slightly premature, there's a few dragons in there that
Grab one and bring it over to Gorge's Drake. Be like, here, eat, enjoy.
Oh yeah, it eats it up. It eats the dragon balut with no issues at all. Just and kind of like looks at where you got it and starts just nomming on eggs.
Okay. So, We have a claw, we have a dead dragon, we have a bounty to go back for. But I don't think we have enough rations.
Some blood.
And some blood, yes. So I would say that you
is there
are
any loot
able
here?
to get like 20 vials of blood if you drained the dragon completely.
Well, yeah, she'll do that.
And as you're looking for loot, roll an investigation. Everybody who would be looking for things.
Yeah, looking for
like-
the board.
So
15.
you did say that we got 10 extra rations each
24.
or 10 total?
10 each.
10 each. So we're only 2 days short, and I gained double food while foraging in my favored terrain. So I think we'll be fine on food.
Heck, yeah. 24 for investigation.
16. Wait, hold on. Investigation? Yeah, 15.
So, everyone over a 10. As you guys are making your way through this cave, you realize that the wall that was creating these two hallways actually had a smaller sort of hidden room in the center with another large dome. Inside was many riches, like goblets, a few skeletons in there, and gold bars, and jewelry, and bones of other creatures. And it looks like it's just packed in the walls.
Amisra just openly starts crying.
Are there any
This is
spell
the
books?
most-
I'm like digging, trying to find like books or. You know,
Yeah, I would
yeah,
say
so.
easily you find a gold encrusted spell book, which would take you the rest of your life to decipher every page. Not the rest of your life, but many years.
And as Sirius is digging through the gold, High Creek's just beneath him, just catching all the gold that falls into one of his pouches. Just
I'm pushing through piles of gold, like.
work smarter, not harder. Go.
So each of these characters, yep.
No, I was gonna say Amisra just kind of like sits down and just like she just grabs like 2 gold bars and it's like, I can afford a place for you to rest, Father. Finally afford a place for you to rest. And she just sits there like not caring that if anyone is watching her cry, which they're probably not because there's a lot of fucking gold in here. But she's just like holding the 2 gold bars that were closest to her, just sitting on the floor, just crying.
And as the group finds their life's worth of riches, make their way back to town, collect their bounty, and do any of you stay in the Hunters Initiative after this? You have a life worth amount of gold. Gorg would? You think Gorge would? Who
Yes.
would and who wouldn't?
Mizra's gone.
Mizra is no longer part of the Hunters Initiative.
I would probably take it back to my academy and study until my heart's content.
Okay.
Yeah. To clarify, Mizra has taken enough to bury her father and just like that's about it. Like,
Aw.
but she's gone.
I love
She did not take like nearly like enough to like live on for the rest of her life. She just took enough to like do what she set out to do.
Mm-hmm. Would High Creek stay in the Hunters Initiative?
Yes, and he'd go by the bar he was drinking in before we started the adventure. Yeah.
Would Solana stay?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
she
yeah.
Stays, she stays. And probably encourages some more family members to join, as well. Because why not grab more dragon blood? You see. Also, a weird flavor moment. Apparently, for people of this path, they can survive off of soft minerals. So, if need be, she could have eaten clay to survive.
It's
Which I find is
impressive.
hilarious.
You like the proto Abigail from fucking Stardew Valley looking.
Hey. Those amethysts are
My favorite.
delicious.
My
And this
favorite
bitch in amethyst, and she's like, "How did you know I was hungry?"
I know.
Like, "Are you serious?
Yeah, I was
We
just
did
like,
it.
"Your
Fucking teeth."
Probably the weirdest thing about Gorge, he didn't take any money. He didn't take any of that gold.
He does it for sport. I've gotten that.
Get big game hun.
Dang.
I realized what I should have fucking done is used Necrotic Shroud and scared the fuck out of High Church for not giving the sword back. Damn it! It's the second time I've had a character that doesn't use Necrotic Shroud.
It's so hard because you're just like everyone, not like just your enemies. Everyone is trying.
Everyone within
Yeah.
10 feet. Yeah.
That's cool. That's really cool.
I
Well,
If
you
I
guys,
wasn't blinded, I was gonna do it, but oh well.
you guys killed a dragon wormling, a young dragon, and an adult dragon. Wow, 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 wow.
Wow.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today, too. This was a
thank you.
blast. I hope you guys had fun. This was one of the harder battles, but, I mean, 5 level 6 characters, they got it. Easy peasy, especially when they're prepared with speaking. Everyone can speak Draconic, and that cracks me up so much. We are so appreciative of you, Nick, for joining us today.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
you played a really fun character, and we want to know more about you and the games that you run and where we can find you.
So you can find me at Emoaasimar. I get that name from a fallen Aasimar. So yeah, Emoaasimar on Twitter and Instagram, Southwest Gaming Society on Instagram as well, and on Twitch Wednesday nights. And then every other Sunday with Jen. Tune in a couple weeks when we talk about how you should definitely play an Arcane Archer, because that class was that was good. That was a good class.
It was good.
I saved our butts. I feel like definitely.
Hell yeah. No, you did a lot of damage a lot of times.
There's
of damage.
One more big sweep, like so I would
That would have been it.
dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like at 20 HP at one point.
Dang. Captain Stormbreaker says that was a great session. Great fights and storytelling, everyone. Thank you for the compliments. We had the lovely Jade with us. If you want to tell everyone about you.
Okay. Hi everyone. I'm Jade Valkyrie. I am a cosplayer, host, streamer, kinda. And I do other stuff. You can find me most places as Jade Valkyrie, Twitch, Jade Valkyrie with 3. Yeah, I would love for people to go to my Instagram and like the Scarlet the Witch cosplay that I've done. It's really cool, and
It's
collab with a
so
friend.
good.
Yeah, with some FX and some Photoshop, so that would be lovely if y'all could give that a look, because I'm just really proud of it. That's all.
It's really good. You should be
It's
proud of
very
it.
good.
I'm heading there right now.
Thank you.
Heroes, tell us about you.
Hey everybody, I'm Suddenly a Hero. I stream on Twitch Sundays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. I play a variety of spooky games and just really intense games as well. And yeah, I'm jumping into YouTube shortly, reviewing or giving my first impressions on some games. Starting off with some free-to-play horror games in Steam, so be able to check out some cool stuff and get my take on it. See if you want to play it for yourselves. But yeah, thank you so much. And Nick, it was a blast playing tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah, ditto.
Yeah. Sparrow, tell us about you.
Hi, I am your favorite burb on the internet, A Black Sparrow. I am an actor. I am an entertainer. I do streaming. I do voices and all sorts of great stuff. You can find me at SherrickRobinson.com. You can also find me Mondays here. I will probably return to streaming sometime in late May, early June. And I am here with some of my great, awesome friends like George W. Ambush.
Thank you. I love popcorn. Hi, I'm George W. Ambush. I am a streamer at George W. Ambush. I play a lot of Star Wars stuff. It's a variety. I'm a variety streamer. I also play D&D here, obviously. I also, as well as over on Architect Lum every Tuesday, starting at 7:30 Mountain Time. And we have been doing. We just finished our 3-year-long campaign. It's all original art, all original music, all original campaign setting. DM drew an entire map of the continent that we're on, and it's to scale, and it's not to scale. I lied about that. But
Draw a whole continent on paper.
but yeah, it's amazing. There's a lot to that world, and we've been playing in it for 3 years, like I said, and this is like 75 years later, and I'm nerding over all the everything, and it's so much fun. Jen's there. You should come check us out. And yeah, it's a good time. Also, thank you, Nick, for being here. It was a blast getting to play with you.
Yeah,
and I loved our
loved
our characters' interactions. So.
And my name's Jen. I stream on Twitch on Sundays and Wednesdays, a variety horror streamer, and just having a good time, bringing some wholesome, wonderful, screamy vibes. And you can also find me here on Mondays and over on Architect Lum on Tuesdays. Or if you're more interested in YouTube, you can find me at Jenna's Offline, where I do vlogging content, or listen to me and Nick talk about DMing every other Sunday. That's not, at least I try, every other Sunday at the Overprepared DM on Spotify or any of the other 30 podcast sites there are. So thank everybody here. Thank you so much to our patrons. Speaking of our patrons, stick around and well, don't stick around. Check back later this week, and we're gonna talk about the game here in a minute after we're done, and you guys can listen to our after game chat and whatnot. So we appreciate you being here. Thank you, people on YouTube, for listening, and we will see you later. On Twitch, we're gonna raid out. On YouTube, they're still working out the kinks, I think, of raiding, but we're gonna get to it. We'll be able to raid 2 different people on 2 different platforms, which will be pretty cool. So do we have any targets for raids that anyone is looking at? I didn't even think to look.
I will point out, though, real quick, that we did get a new subscriber over on YouTube. So Ari Rams, thank you so much for subscribing.
Thank you.
We appreciate that.
Ink and Liar is live.
Yeah, let's raid over to Ink and Liar.
Do it.
Well, everyone, you're going to see our goodbye screen, but don't forget to check out our Patreon, !Patreon for the link. We'll be uploading that later on this week, and we appreciate you. Much love. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Everyone.
Love you. Bye.
Goodbye. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Especially you, YouTube.